Menu. Cruella de Vil.
Huh? Who? Okay.
Dalmatian. Hello, Dirt. How been?
Fine. Fine.
Coin for thoughts?
Fine.
Clebe?
I'm good.
Want space. Consent. Cheese. Bread. Apple. Potato. Doors. Books. Marshmallow. Bed. Table. Floor. Booster seat.
not need my shoes cleaned, but thank you very much for the offer. Yeah, there you go, little buddy. I'll take a simple coffee. 2 creams and 2 sugars if you don't mind. Thank you, thank you.
What's this?
How's it going, big dog?
What's this?
Oh, well, Guardian said with all the meetings that I've been having that I needed formal wear. So the one thing I'm getting is proper armored attire that actually has a suit. And to be honest with you, I kind of like wearing it now. Kind of got the fit in a little bit, and it feels nice to have an outfit that's just kind of, mine, I don't have any D0 left on me. It's just me.
It does look like you have... It does look like Vaporwave vomited on a corpse.
Yeah.
I'm not going
That means it's better.
I'll give you that. It is better. You are...
Vaporwave's kind of my whole thing, you know what I mean?
You are 50% more colourful than your average corp. I'll give you that.
Yeah, don't worry, the whole corpo thing won't be long. Once this ball cultist stuff is handled, I plan on throwing this badge as far as can be. There is a little bit of purple.
Is your
A lot of pink, though.
free to go into the read?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
The
did you
library,
say
yeah.
throw the badge?
Mm-hmm.
Weapon.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's all I needed.
I'm only with them to help push away the ball cultists, but once the ball cultists are out, Guardian plans on pulling... My bad. The really, really bad dudes. The really, really bad dudes. Once we push them out, they plan on having the rest of us pull out. So, whenever we finish with that, I plan on throwing the badge and sticking with the people.
Here to boss you things. Do
Good.
job.
Good. God, I fucking wish I was normal.
Come on, big dog. You need to punch through this, big man. You can't keep letting this happen. This is a big threat that a lot of people are going to be talking about. That means it's going to keep falling in your ears, big dog.
I know. You think I want?
I get it. Programmed years and years and years and all this kinds of stuff. I feel you, big man.
That's it. Just come with me. Fuck it. You need to know.
All right. To the library. I feel like I'm still gonna drink it in here.
You're fine. I've done this before.
If it's something personal that you want to be kept in there, man, you can. I'm not gonna force anything out of your system that you don't want out.
No, the private rooms would be better.
Careful reading, Walter. You get lost and you fall.
Fuck it. We'll just use it.
Oh, that conversation almost went somewhere. Sorry about it. Alright, what's up? Done bad. Goofy.
We'll just use the room. Goddamn.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to say some triggering words to get this through as clearly as easily as possible.
Sure, man.
Vic, do you
Sure.
know what a ball spawn is?
I've heard someone say demigod. I've heard someone say spawn of
Correct.
the being that is that name.
Depends. Demigod is correct. If you count as demigod as someone who has a portion of divine power due to familial relations. Good.
That's kind of what people have described it to me as.
Now, you remember the news reports about the escaped Bal? Shut up. About the escaped spawn. When it first happened.
Yeah.
There was 2.
Well, when it first happened, no, but afterwards, yes.
There was rumored to be 2. Right? Do you remember that?
I didn't hear that part. No, I only heard about the one. I think maybe they had tried to tell it to me during our first run-in with each other, but to be honest with you, things were a little bit mixy for me at that time, so I can't say I was 100% here or there. But okay, there's 2. There's 2.
Fuck, how do I say this?
I can tell by the way you're shuddering and shittering, I'm guessing it's you. Or is it family?
It's me.
Actually, wait, if it was family, then technically it would be you. Okay. Alright.
Sorry, I'm a bit more fucked up in the head than just regular fucked up.
Okay.
Turns out being a child of a deity of murder gives you a lot of impulses that you have to keep under check. And yes, it is. The trigger words are probably due to the things I have explained to you, but it's only half the story of what I have to keep under wraps every time those words are spoken. And I have to hold. Constantly thinking about
Gotcha, because...
killing everyone back. Sorry, this probably makes me sound... If you don't believe me, I sound crazier than I already am. If you do believe me, I sound incredibly dangerous. So actually...
I'm sitting in a mystical room with a crystal in the dead center that's emanating some kind of random mana and talking to a dragonborn, which I didn't even know was a species that existed not but a year ago. I believe you. My belief system has changed grossly ever since I went to a place called the Lost Acres and realized there is something called an afterlife. Still gripping with that. And I don't blame you for hiding it. Dude, if I was the son of some kind of ungodly being, yeah, I probably wouldn't want that getting around, considering people probably wouldn't trust me just off a basis of existing. And considering the one that you're dealing with, yeah, murder god? Yeah, no, wouldn't want people knowing that. They might just decide to off me just to be safe, or God knows what.
Well, that's the other issue. If other people try and off me, they'll actually make it worse. There's I guess you could call it a prophecy, but like a way to bring back the god in question, and it does in fact involve me and the other one. If one of us dies...
I'm guessing part of it consists of you dying? Oh, okay. Got it.
The other gets the divine essence of the other. And they might have enough to bring back the deity.
Is this the one you talked about, where if I ever see another dragonborn that looks kind of like you, but is like covered in a bunch of blood and shit, that I should probably run?
No, that's not relatable. It might be. I don't know. I mean, they are a member of the cult, but I don't think they're... The other Baal spawn's a giant red fucking bug that could kill you by just like that.
Okay. Which, hopefully, if things go right, we don't even really have to interact with, at least now. Apparently, we just need to push back the you-know-whos until the Industrial can regain some form of safety again. But I'm sure for you, at some point, you will have to, and considering I'm your friend, that means at some point I'll probably have to, too. Am I catching these right?
Well, there is one thing we can do. Marge does have a way to get all of this out me safely. It's coming soon. But
Right, but if they get it out of you, won't it still go to the other one? Or
No,
won't the other one come searching for it?
we're going to bind it into a artifact related to the deity. We have two. One, a spear gathered from the temple where the other one. I was about to call him the first, but actually due to when they were born, I'm the first. He's the second.
Okay.
And we have two. We have a spear from the temple where he was born, and you do not tell anyone this. We have the dagger that is the main weapon of the god himself.
I don't know who I'd tell these things to, but...
Guardian,
Okay.
probably?
Well, I mean, if you think I have any trust or faith in Guardian at this point, no. Let me alleviate those concerns.
I imagine I heard you. There's a reason why I saw you saying that and then just getting really angry about the triggers. It all just made me feel, fuck it. I'm telling you. I can trust you.
It's not that I'm angry about them, their friend. It's the fact that, considering that you're still participating to fight against said group, and considering that I tend to find you in places where these you-know-who's, other you-know-who's, show up often, I'm just warning you that you might end up doing something one day that you're going to have a hard time forgiving yourself for, and... Guessing you already have. Well, gotcha. Well, at least we can acknowledge it.
Multiple times.
Yep. I used to be the same way.
I guess that's why I got along with you so well. So you were someone who knew what it was like to be terrible in the past, and
Oh, I still know it. Let me tell you why wearing this helmet is so important. It's not just to hide the fact that I show fear in the face of a lot of things and still keep pushing. It's the fact that when the blood starts flowing, I feel it. That old itch in the back of my skull. I feel the old meat cleaver still tight in my hands. I feel my brother in whatever fucking hellish pit he's in. All of it. It's still there.
The rush. The joy.
Oh, of course. I smile. I enjoy it. Sometimes I laugh to myself. Thing is I can't get rid of it. No matter amount of therapy I do, it will always be there. And I've tried. I have. One of the reasons why I almost stayed away from my daughter for a while. I was worried I was still it. Come to realize there is no it. It's just me. To be fair, we can all be bastards, monsters, and all kinds of things, different degrees based on how we were raised. But we can't let it go. So the best thing that we can do is try to utilize it for the right things. Learn what the right things are. How to push it down, how to hold it in. I never felt it more aggressively than I was looking Athena in the face and she admitted to me that she was the one who activated her lightning and fucked Industrial. It was bad. I clenched tight enough that I actually dug my nails into my hand. But I didn't let it out. I've been fighting this demon for years. And it might not be as bad as yours. I don't want to compare mine to yours, because you got a whole entity fucking pushing you down. Me, it's all just internal drama and terrible raising. Point of the matter being that it's still there. I know you're fighting it, but maybe that's the wrong call. Acknowledge it. It's a powerful tool. Yeah, it also means you have to learn how to temper that blade, but there's people out there for doing that. I don't know if I'm the best teacher for it. I still got things to learn. But when you do, it becomes a dangerous one. Look at how far I've come and gone, and really all I've really had is a thermal blade. That's my big thing. That's my crazy adaptation. A really hot sword. And I've still cut my way through God knows what. Hell, back then it was just a meat cleaver and 2 Uzis with bayonets on them. We're abnormal. We'll never be normal. We'll also never be what we want to be. I know I'll never be a man who I think is worth redemption. I'll never be someone who I feel like is truly safe having a daughter. But I do. And I'm around people who trust me. I want to respect that. So I keep trying. Just like you do. In different ways. You're dealing with a much more aggressive one. I get it. I don't think of you any differently, you telling me now. I get it better now, right? I understand why the fucking triggers are triggers, and at least around places like this, those triggers are a bit more impactful because you put your defenses down. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. Point of the matter being that unfortunately those triggers are things that are going to constantly run through your life.
Yeah. Maybe I won't have to deal with them for much longer, though.
We'll see. I'd rather face you acknowledging them and being ready for them than hoping that someone can magic them away, because I hate to say it, mental scars are a bit more different than anything else. When they take this magic out of you, I don't think it'll cure your head. I'm sorry, but they screwed you. They dug it deep into your mind, and all the magic will do is make it where, hey, maybe your killing urge isn't as aggressive, but you'll still feel it. The red flashes, that gnawing in your teeth when you grind them against each other.
At least I'll know that's me.
Yeah, but it'll still be there, my man. Still do the magic. Get rid of it. Whatever that is going on in you. Do your business.
Means if I don't die,
What?
Means if I die, a murder god doesn't come back to life, so probably for the best.
Well, yeah, but I'm not here to think about what's going to happen when you die. I'm here to think about what you're doing while you live. Can I take acknowledgement of a couple things? You know how many Dragonborns I know now? Answer, way more than I ever thought I would.
3?
And they all look different than you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
And a 4. Names are kind of escaping me, but I do acknowledge that I have seen 4 different Dragonborn, because I know that you guys, although might look similar in some ways, I noticed the biggest thing is the horns and the hair. Those are the big ones. Also the type of scales you guys got. Except one wears like a full set of armor, so no idea. But I know that you are thinner. I know you're smaller. I know you fidget more and you don't stand proudly most of the time. I'm gonna be honest, man. It worries me often. I want to see you like the rest of them. I want to see you tall and proud. I want to see you facing your fears and not doing so in such a dramatic, painful way, but in a way of just acknowledgement. I know I look like I'm just all good, but I'm not. I'm not, man. I face them often. Nightmares, the shivers, the cold sweats. Don't worry, I'm there. I get it. But I have so many people who count on me to lead them. I have so many people who look to me for advice to pick them up at night. I have a daughter who needs me as that foundation. I can't afford it. So, shove my head into that helmet, and I push forward every time. I want to see you do the same, man. And yeah, the magic's gonna help. But I know the mental part of it's still gonna be there. And that's the part you're gonna have to punch through. All the rest of us can do is try to pick you up when you fall down. But how hard you fall down, that one's gonna be on you.
Do you mind if I just put some stuff to rest, then?
Go to town.
It will be me speaking about
Jesus Christ.
shit I've done.
I really do look like some kind of fucking sensei now. Sweet God.
It will be me speaking
Oh, wow,
about...
man, I have the coffee.
It will be me speaking about terrible things I've done, by the way. Are you ready?
Yes. Yes, I am. Go ahead. Feed me your woes.
When I first memories I have after amnesia is and stuff is either was in industrial or waterfront. I can't quite remember. But a woman came to take care of me. She saw a scared, injured, bloody, downright disheveled dragonborn wandering through the streets, and she wanted to help them. She reminds me so much of a certain someone that it scares me at times, especially now. I was scared of her, and I moved. I didn't know what to do when she was offering her help. She reached forward to hold my hand to like take me away to her. I don't know where she was wanting me to think. I think her home. But the moment she grabbed and squeezed, it was my other hand went for my dagger, and then she was dead. That was the moment when I realized what the fuck I was, or more precisely, that something was very fucking wrong with me.
Right.
Let's see.
Go on.
When I first arrived at the meat rack, I was probably responsible for 2 or 3 disappearances. People being brutally stabbed in dark alleyways. I didn't really have much control of myself back then.
Mm-hmm.
The worst, I think, was probably in Halloween. I got turned into a thing, a synth. You know, probably heard about the curse. And I wasn't doing well. Everything was falling apart around me. And I just said, I'm just going to go to do what I do best. Go and kill some things. So I went after cultists. I only have memories, snippets, but I definitely went after, it's more like, it was more like they got water by a wild animal than killed by a person. I can tell you that. Wasn't, but they had a bunch of prisoners. People who were caught as slaves before they had the automated machines to take care of all their industrious work, and they used slaves. I found a bunch of them that they were convoying to who knows where, and I didn't free them. I broke their arms and legs, each one of them, and tossed them in a water storage unit. And I watched for hours, chuckling, laughing, as I watched them all drown. That was probably the worst day. Until recently.
Something happened recently?
Me and Riel are walking around the street, looking for a friend. I notice someone that I'm not particularly a big fan of, and I lose control for a second. Riel slips towards me, and my blade slips into her. She's fine. It just hurt so much more than... No. I shouldn't say that. I've killed tons of people like this, and I just hurt one other person. For some reason it hurts more.
Why shouldn't you say it?
I only hurt her. I shouldn't say it's worse. I tortured people for hours. For my own nothing but my own sadistic...
But you didn't know those people. You didn't love those people. You know Riel. You love Riel. So that is why it hurts more. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right. But it doesn't make her life more valuable than the ones that died there.
The value of life is decided by the living. You decide the value of the lives that you take, respect, or love. A dead person is a dead person. There's nothing that we can do, nothing that we can change. And yeah, there are some people who can revive and talk to the dead, but last I checked, neither you or I could do that. So in other words, there is nothing wrong with you valuing her life over others. It is your choice to make. Not mine, not anyone else's.
Brielle did speak to the ones I killed in October. She put them to rest.
That's great.
We know I couldn't have
I'm sure
them
it'll...
anymore.
I'm sure it does nothing for your conscience. Because it doesn't matter if they were laid to rest. You killed them. Good that you acknowledge.
The only thing that's been an excuse, only sort of solace I can think of, that actually seems to be some sort of credible thing, is that I didn't choose to be like this. And that I'm just as much as a victim as they are. Victims of the people who made me like this. That's the only excuse I've got. It doesn't feel that good.
Some people agree with you. Others would instead say that if you knew all of this, why aren't you locked up somewhere? And I know you can't give them an answer that's worth it.
No.
And it's a true statement. Everything that you just said, all the acknowledgement, all of it, kind of makes it worse in a way. Because the question does come, why aren't you just locked up somewhere?
Because I didn't want to do it.
Okay, then those people are dead. So there's no excuse. See? That's the world, buddy. Everything that I could say about the sins that I committed, the gangsters that I killed, civilians that I butchered, countless lives that I ended, which I guarantee outbeat your number. There is no excuse. There is no solace to be had. There is no ending to it. Death should always feel like a painful sensation that sticks with you. That's what killing is. That's what ending a life is. One of the reasons why you worry me often is because I see you as a shaking, shuddery person who still has to fight these sensations. And that is not the kind of person who can survive this much longer. I fear, in my own head, that when this magic does do its job, you will start to realize how much of it was actually driving you and how much of it was just you. And I worry that that will actually make this worse rather than better. I don't look at you as some feeble coward. I look at you as a very hurt man, broken, shattered, shuddered under the things that occurred to you. Things out of your control, 100%. Don't you worry. Not an inkling of me actually says that Dirge is a bastard man. Problem is, they built you this way. They set you up this way. When they cure you and everything is solved, you'll still have to hide the fact that you were a ball spawn. Hope to God it doesn't get out. And even then, how many people would be after you? How many families? How many people searching for their loved ones? How many people who just fought them would still blame you? District 0, it's a similar thing. If I ever step foot there, I'm a goner. So many people would kill me. Even though there's a good deal of lives there I saved. Doesn't matter. If you want to be the kind of man you think that Riel needs, the kind of man who deserves friends, respect, redemption, you need to look these things in the face without fear in your eyes or needing those to carry you. They'll be there. We'll be there, myself included. But you need to be able to walk on your own. I'm not an idiot. I look at you. I see you. I acknowledge you, Dirge. Maybe in ways some can't. I acknowledge the fact that you currently are not the wielder of a weapon. You are the weapon. And that's not the right option. I used to hold my blade like this, sear it into my hand, like I currently have been this entire conversation. Old burns, old sensations, dead nerves. Used to be a way to punish myself. I realize now at this age that it was stupid. The dumbest shit I could have ever done. Self-harm is a fool's gambit. What kind of person are we to think that we're the ones who can decide how we're punished? We live in a twisted world, Dirge. We gotta be the ones to either make the light or find it, not hope that others can just drag us out. Thank you for sharing it all with me, though. I'm glad that I could listen to it. And I trust you more so because of it. I get it, man. Actually, you wanna know what? I don't get it. There are certain things that you've gone through that I couldn't. But you went through them. Now every life that you have taken, you carry. You can either do it with a bent over back staring at the ground, or you can do it proudly moving forward. So at least when those lives look down at the person who took it, they see someone who grew, someone who developed, and someone who decided that the only lives they're going to take are the bastards who want to make this world darker. That's how you respect the dead. Not by praying and hoping that someone can send them to heaven, but by living some life that's worth it. And if they hate you for it, well, guess what? They're dead. If that brings you some kind of solace, I hope so. If it doesn't, just like the rest of us, Sturge, we keep moving. You got anything else for me?
No.
I'm sorry I don't have answers for you that might make you feel better. But that's not my job. Technically, that's Riel's job. I'll be your mirror. I'll tell you the truth and show you how it is. And also show you that it's nowhere near as bad as what you think you see. Now, take your time, sit down, think. I know you need it. When you're done, come on outside and buy me a coffee. Sound good?
All right.
All right. And hey, it's not for me or anyone else to forgive you about what happened. Riel already does, and everybody else will find a way to move on. You have to. I'll admit, I'm a little bit pissed. Hell, reeling. But that's because she's my friend, and I should feel that way. But rather than take it and get angry at you for something that, as you stated, was out of your control, instead, I'll push it into requesting a coffee. Whenever you get a chance. Take your time, big man. And do not spend your time in here crying. Take those tears and do something worthwhile with them.
Mm-hmm. More people in today.
alone is kind of crazy. To be fair, it was kind of a magnet. Not gonna lie.
How do you like your coffee?
Kind of like whenever you have sauce inside of a bottle and you kind of have to shake it.
Well, hello, Dodge.
2 sugars, 2 creams. 2 sugars, 2 creams.
Hi, little guy. How you doing?
Hello,
Oh, gal.
Fable.
He's
Either one. Yeah.
I'll have a coffee. 2 coffees. 1 black, 1 2 sugars, 2 creams.
Hello, sorry. I just need to steal away for a minute. Are you able to...
It's funny too because people didn't realize that the egg KO is fake. So when I grabbed
Can you take a look
I
at this
pulled it
guy's
and I
soul
held
for
it up
me?
and
He
everyone
says
was
that
like,
he might have something attached to it that might
Thank you for being
interfere
so
with
cool.
what you
Thank you for being so
wanna do.
cool.
down here and I hold it up and like pointed at people and without that realizing that's full of BB.
Sorry, you kidding. I mean, you might see something. If you see it, cool. If not, then I'll just look for something. You can see it better than I can. I can't really. I'm just gonna steal it for a moment. Is that okay?
It's fine, it's fine. I'm in no rush.
Really capable care of the gremlin that is a skip it there.
Here you go, little guy.
Both of the owners are sippets right now. He's placed with the full
Fine, be in your
Alright,
company.
so this is one of the employees here. They are spirit, and they are able to
So if anything, water seems to be the best thing. Was there something specific you were wanting to figure out aside from just like if the magic here is viable with you or otherwise?
Something has been bothering me, and that is that magic seems to come into me. And it sort of stops.
How did this get in
Unless I
here?
sort of wiggle my arms and my legs, it doesn't want to keep
What do you mean it happens? Someone let a bird in.
and I don't know why. It
Yeah, someone let a butt in. Hey, it's a puck.
Well, I mean,
Come on.
naturally,
They'll
magic
leave eventually.
is in your body when it is not in use. This magic may also just be generally different than the magic that you're used to. So your body, it might be like it's like thicker.
There's to be 12
Than
credits.
maybe what you're used to, hence why it kind of you can feel it.
They're all small and fluffy.
Thank you.
I mean, not all the that really.
Hey, Dirk.
Hello, Echo.
We don't really have
I've brought friends some drinks when we go over to him.
fluff and puff around here.
How many different, what do you need to do to brace yourself? It's a good idea.
They have really small
of my
coffee
4th
cups.
cup.
4th cup of coffee.
I'm cool with that. Yay, there it is.
It's not really such a good idea to be drinking so much coffee.
It's
No.
not, but I'm in a really good mood, and I like the way the coffee tastes here. So I'm living with that. You guys joining? Alright, cool, we got a whole group here. By the way, haven't done introductions yet. Hi there, name's Vic. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, I'm Lilith. Lily is also fine.
Lily.
Pleasure to meet you there, Lily.
I'm Dirge. Excuse my name, it's a little bit odd, I understand.
Oh, it's not as old as you would think. Oh, it is interesting. I've not seen many of the species that I.
Yeah, I have.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know all the other dragons all have very different names. So I've got weird names. It's a long story. I don't actually know my name. I'm an amnesiac, so that was the only closest thing I had.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Not an amnesiac, but I am definitely a fish and foreign waters.
Wasn't sure if you were being literal at first, but then I was like, wait a second, okay, out of waters. Okay, I gotcha.
I am not used to this.
I mean,
Well, that's okay. Funnily enough, I run into a whole lot of people that aren't used to this, and as someone who, about a year ago didn't even know that all of this existed, I get you. I feel you.
well, not anymore.
A little bit. Not anymore. Yeah, we're cool now. But there was a time, well, to be fair, actually, everyone surrounding me right now actually was at one point weird to me. Came from a place where, like, basically it was like metal walls and just only humans and just nothing else. No magic, no nothing. So then when I decided to get out of there because my little girl, well, all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, there's a whole fucking world out there. So, hey, I get you, right? Fish out of water.
I get how
I
you
don't
feel
want
too.
to sound crazy, that's most of the issue. Dragons, where I'm from, are extinct. They are mostly bones. Metal walls, I've sort of... Is it a euphemism for prison? I'm...
No, it's
No,
there.
sure,
That,
it's just
that
like
literally
that.
is just it's just a presentation.
Yes, a location within Zephyr City. Big old mega city where it's basically one city up top, city on the bottom. I came from the city on the bottom. There are districts.
See.
One called District Zero, which is very isolationist. A lot of gangs and stuff fighting and killing each other. That's where I'm from. So,
I see.
yeah, it's a
I
tough
can't
world.
say I'm unfamiliar with it. At least the
It's
concept.
all good. Understandable. By the way, we got one more person who hasn't done introductions yet.
Hi, I'm Echo.
That might be a little bit of an error on my part.
It's nice to meet you.
The whole, like,
Pleasure.
anyone that walks through the doors in.
And what was your name? I'm sorry?
Lilith.
Lily. That's right, you said it. Or Lily.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, pleasure to meet you there, Lily. You said you're a bit newer to the place?
Yes. It's hard to explain, really.
Alright, well, let me go ahead and prep you. This is a good mutant. Their name is Cupcake.
I was not going to
Hey, Cupcake.
question
Hey,
things
Lacey.
for... I have seen my fair share.
I'm an abomination. I know what I am.
Understandable. A lot of people do tend to freak out at first, so this is my nice way of at least trying to prep you for a second before they come walking around the corner and you jump a little bit. Not saying you would specifically, but it tends to be a jumping topic.
Actually,
Listen, there's a reason why I hang out in areas where not a lot of people can use their weapons. I've been shot at before because people not know what I am, so it's fine. I take no offense
I
to
would never
stares.
shoot at someone, though.
No, I take no offense
be
at people
safe, I'm
staring.
sorry.
I am quite a creature.
I think the best way to describe Cupcake is an abomination, but not a monster.
No, I'm definitely a monster, but not in like, I'm gonna eat your children way. I'm just a monster and I look weird.
You guys are both absolutely god-awful at intros, I swear. To God, I mean that. I swear.
Well, it's not my fault I have the social skills of a fucking newt.
We need to sit down and have a genuine, like, here's how you talk to people normally without well, I'm glad that you are.
Why would I want to be
I'm
normal?
glad you find more of a human. I'm not saying be normal. Oh, I got you. Yeah, no. See, luckily, you're one in a million. We've had a couple of people, like, oh, God, my poor daughter.
I think it's
She's only
just
3 years old, right?
What are you reading, Lacey? That's all.
Do you have, like, a specific belief, or you,
Abjuration stuff, just basics.
what do you call it?
Very nice.
Paladin?
Hi.
No, my patron.
Oh.
They are formless. Believe we have no real shape. Yes, technically.
Same.
Listen here, just because I'm small doesn't mean I can't deal with you.
Believe the soul has no inherent so it is not bothering much people's appearances.
You sound like you'd have a lovely conversation with the lady in the moth lady in the witch hat over there. She knows a lot about souls. So I'd like you to speak to each other.
I see. I'll consider it. I am.
Hi, RZ. You know you can join from this side, right? So there you go. You got it.
I have the RZ side seat right there.
I've come inside.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna be
perfectly
honest.
fitted for you.
Your name, ma'am.
If I sit and listen to breaks, it's not my fault.
Lily is fine. Lily is more than appropriate.
Nice to meet you, Miss Lily.
Let us know if we're overwhelming you.
I am overwhelmed slightly, but not immensely. This is still new. I have not talked to many people since being here. Isn't it just
a wonderful job at it.
Well, I used to work in a winery, my family, so talking to people is not the issue. It is just going from almost no talking for months to suddenly a lot of talking in a few minutes is quite jarring.
I don't blame you.
That is all.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I can perfectly understand that. I get overwhelmed with social stuff. A lot less than I used to, but like...
Yes.
Where it's like pressure points and things like
You've definitely improved.
Oh yeah, it used to be god awful.
Mana wants to enter.
I'm still learning
You
to
met me when I
read
was
the
still...
language,
You
but
met
I
me
have
when I
some
was
of the
better,
basics.
by the way. Actually, no, what you didn't. You met me.
yeah.
You met me at my worst.
No, I definitely met you when you were at your worst. How dare you? You forgot.
I forgot you were there.
son of a
I
bitch.
forgot you were there.
Yeah, yes I was.
See,
You were a last moment calling. How did I not fucking knew that you were gonna be just wow. Funny fate.
Last minute call in and one of the most valuable ones on that fucking team. Crazy thing.
I see.
Kid, I'm messing with you, man. I'm
Fucking
messing.
pop that ego while we're at it. Fucking.
You want to know what? For once in my life, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit proud of myself.
Vic.
All
I'm gonna be
right.
real. You deserve it.
You know how much shit I've been doing recently? I finally get to have a suit.
Actually,
I get to look good. I get to have armor for once in my life.
You understand?
Well,
You
thank
have
you.
made an alliance between various individuals of the district that will result in stability and safety for them for maybe years to come if it holds.
Oh, I missed that.
I don't know.
And you are genuinely, I believe, genuinely believe.
I don't know about all that. I just hit bad guys.
Vic, you've organized.
He's just running his mouth.
To refuse to get it wrong.
He's just running his mouth. Oh! You talking back to me now, big man. Okay. All right. Look at you going. I'm proud of you. Nah, it's good stuff. Don't worry about it.
If you're gonna insult me when I put myself down, I'm gonna insult you when you put yourself down.
I didn't put myself down. I'm just saying.
You're under-talking yourself, big man. You managed to get Scruffers to agree. That's like trying to get an angel and a devil to have a conversation.
I like the opposition thinking that I'm a nobody with no skills and no talent. So when all of a sudden I go whipping around a sword and a motorcycle at high speeds, they're all of a sudden like, whoa! Who's this fucking guy?
Okay, that's fair. I know, I perfectly understand that.
Who are the people that run around BO9 in the black and the red with the dog on them? Are they Cerberus, right?
That's Cerberus, yep.
I joined two of them on Monday.
Dog on them.
There's one Cerberus member that won't stop giving me stuff. I don't know what to do with any of it.
I can agree with it. What is it?
So Lily, do you mind if I ask what you are by any chance?
I
know one's a
half-breed,
backpack. I think one's like a hoodie.
My father's human. My mother is Furbolg.
One is I think a plushie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Never met a furball before. Do you mind if I ask what that is?
They're lovely folk.
They're descendants of giants and fae. It is part of my tall disposition. So it's
Yeah, the Furbolg I
not the
met was
tallest in my
the runt of the kids, and they were like, I had to look up at them. So,
yes,
No,
I'm definitely
Furbolg's
not the
not that
tallest out of them.
Understandable.
no, the one I met was.
Oh.
I can help them know people. They can understand my issues with doors.
Yes, I have a wand and other such. The ones for safety and casting.
I always want to do that thing from Thor and just throw it down and be like, another.
So what brings you here? I've never seen you around. Are you new to Lost or to the metaverse?
Lost Acres, is it? Where's the
I'm not very familiar with that term, but I am new to this plane, I believe is what it's called in the books I did read.
I think planes is
And my partner.
planes is the term you're looking for.
Wait, quiet.
As a whole, as far as I'm aware,
I was about to ask a very dumb question and I cut myself off.
whatever you want to call it, To put it simply, we are like at the center of multiple universes, infinite potentially, all connected together. So,
I think this is a bit much to at least.
Yeah. That's. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been acknowledging a lot of this stuff for like the past year. It's still too much for me. I barely can acknowledge the fact there's other realms.
What do you think?
You see who my boss
Other
is.
planets?
You see who my boss is.
So other planets. I believed it. I always knew there was something more, right? Right. By the way, the stars, gorgeous. I still can't get over them. But the snow. So unfortunately, I both love and hate the snow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Before I talk about it, be a little bit of story time. I don't know if anybody. Okay, it's a little bit of story time. I don't know if anybody wants to hear that, but I have reasons why. Alright, so.
It was quite odd. It was different colors when I first saw it.
Yes, that's because there is one of the ley lines, something bursted in it, and there has been a grotesque amount of mana going everywhere.
A ley
It's
line
not.
bursting is nothing good.
No, it's been causing a lot of trouble. But that's why the snow you're actually seeing isn't normal snow. It's something called mana snow. It's weird. But
I wonder if it felt like the snow from back
isn't
home.
everything. But the reason why I have a mixed relationship with snow is because off in D0, there would be snow. But it's because there were some of the large coolant machines were actually nearby. So it wasn't snow, it was more like white toxic sludge. Not great, right? But, you know, kinda, yeah.
No. Actual toxic sludge. Coolant is something that's used in a machine to keep it from overheating, and it burns most human skin on contact. I see.
That
sounds like a very toxic greater bag of worms than I would like to go into. Please continue your story.
But, so, I'm over there because at the time when we were in D0, I was a part of a really bad gang. Alright, they were a part of a gang war. No longer a thing I interact with.
Zephyr is a different place than where we are.
Oh, yeah. I thought that they were in the same realm, just different cities?
Yes.
In different locations?
Yes.
Thank you, that's what I thought!
Huh.
He thinks
Yeah, they're
that
across the
Orlando
ocean from
Soccer
each
is a
other.
separate realm.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
the UK is.
I have no idea how the conversation jumped so aggressively.
Yes, I'm getting distracted. I apologize. Continue.
Anyway, off that tangent.
Oh, it's all good. But at the time, I was part of a really bad gang. We're going in because the opposite gang called over to have me specifically be there to help them, which is really confusing at the time, right? Different gangs, different groups. We go in, and there, after we do a bunch of fighting, I see, for the first time in my life, my 2-year-old daughter. I didn't know I had. Real big day. A lot of bad people wanted to get their hands on her. So, fought all them, knocked all them out, took her back, and ever since, the snow has always been very mixed for me. Because it's great, because it's the first day I ever got to see my daughter. Unfortunately, it brings her a lot of trauma, because she saw a lot of bad things that day. So, I want to enjoy the snow as much as everybody else, but I want to enjoy it with my daughter, which she doesn't like it. So, it kind of makes me a little bit on it.
The day that she lost her mom.
Hello. We don't know when her mother died.
I'm sorry. Vic, that's awful.
Don't be. She lives in a warm apartment. She's fed every day. She has a father who loves her with all his heart, and she's doing the best she can.
Hello, my wife.
And she'll be a Pokemon
Sad
master
times in the
someday.
past. Yes, she will. She'll also be a professional beetle doctor. That's her specialty. I see pictures of her.
Pictures?
Yes!
My paintings?
He's about to do it. He's about to do it.
I mean pictures.
Here we go.
He's about to do it. He's doing the big thing.
Excuse me. This here is a wonderful wallet, a fantastical
Do you
device.
all have
that
any
is used
cups
to
you've done
contain
using?
money.
We're running out of them.
Fantastic. So,
here you go.
Alright.
These are
Cool.
cool pictures.
Cup
This is
hoggers.
my entire family.
A lot of you.
This one right here is my
I'll be
daughter. Her
right
name's
back.
Louise. This is my half
Inside the
sister.
table for everyone to the people
This
take
right
away.
here is my other daughter as well. Her name is
Hello, guys. It's good to see you again.
She's
How you been?
actually my daughter.
Hello, Fable. Good to see you.
So
Not the best.
I get what you mean about the overstimulated part. A lot does happen all at
Struggling
once.
a lot intense.
Slightly, right?
But-
So this one right here is my daughter by blood. She's the one that we found
I'm
that
gonna
day.
be good now.
This one right here was a part of the same gang as I was in. I had saved her one day, and
Okay,
ever
that's good.
since I have always looked out for like she's one of my own. And I try to be a good support network for her, right? Never gonna adopt her or anything because she has her own life. She's her own adult. But I help give her guidance whenever she needs it.
Do you have like? Do you have
This was us for Halloween.
system to help you with this?
I have a girlfriend.
This was
And a
her for
therapist.
Halloween. She dressed up as her favorite beetle. In her words, is the Rhinolopolis beetle.
Sounds like you got a good start
And then I
there.
dressed up as her favorite hero, Common Rider Mach. And then this was a better view of her costume. Ooh, that's a conversation.
Do they like
This was her.
You're asking the right person.
This was her at the meat rack where she met a Halloween spirit for the first time.
See. Interesting.
But yeah, that was my daughter. And these are pictures.
She's adorable.
Kind of like paintings, but they use a device to take the picture, contains it, and it
I think
animates it in
this
a
would
solid
be,
format.
much closer to what my fiance's brother-in-law was. Well, brother would know. My brother-in-law. He would know
Oh, you
more
have a
about this
fiance.
kind of thing. Yes.
That's good to hear.
He's around.
Sounds like something in the arcane section.
Understandable. On the Kamen Rider thing, it's characters from a TV show.
They don't know. They
fictional
won't know what a
thing.
TV show. There you go.
Oh, that's a good point. Is a fancy picture show that is essentially ran together so that way it plays motion, and they put it on these fancy thing called TVs.
Interesting. See.
Yes. It's basically fantasy characters who will put on these belts that then change them into a unique suit that gives them power to help protect the weak. You know, that kind of stuff.
I see.
Very flamboyant and
Sounds like what we used
colorful
to do.
knights of the realm.
Guess what I technically do now.
What kind of Pokemon are you?
It's mostly stuff for others to enjoy, you know. A lot of things going on in life. It's nice to turn off the brain and just enjoy a nice,
Yeah, I've got my
What?
Pokedex.
My manners, my manners.
I can give him one when I join pack.
Here.
Sorry,
is-
I'm not looking
It's
for
one of
the
the last few
Pokemon
bottles
right
I have
now.
from home.
Oh, what's this? Wine?
There you are.
It's wine.
Both
Yes.
of you are kind of cute.
Well, we have a
Though
few
I
bottles
think
left.
Brooke might be very angry
Are you,
if I bring her
are
yet
you
another
just showing it,
Pokemon
or are you,
into our
are you
No,
offering
I'm
it?
giving it to you.
Oh,
You
that's...
gave me a story and provided
I'm short.
conversation.
I'm too short for this
This
table.
is really all I can provide.
Wow. Well, you don't
being
have
down to be a dickhead. I'm on my knees.
fine with
I
just
deserve
giving you an enjoyable time while you're spending it here if you want.
Oh, it's an exchange. I see no issue in providing it. I only have a few more. I would give everyone one, but I don't exactly have that many.
Well, I am thankful. Thank you very much.
I already gave you some crickets.
Explaining a lot of
Don't get
things I do
greedy.
not yet understand.
It'll come with time. A lot of it comes from people will explain it to you. You'll kind of get it. Then you'll explain it again. Then you'll kind of get it a bit more. You know, it's just like learning anything.
There you go. See?
I feel you. I feel you. I still don't myself, to be honest with
You're
you.
welcome.
What's with the obelisk in the fountain?
I don't understand that I was born here. Well, not here, but I was born on this plane. I don't understand this plane. No one will understand this plane. You'll just get a great understanding of it. Not confusing you.
4? You learn to stop questioning.
Hey, get it right.
It's less that you really
five. It's fine.
You learn to when to differentiate the stuff you should question from the stuff you shouldn't question. Is what they're getting at.
Yeah, if you want something a little bit jarring, we're siblings.
Well, that is not, as I said earlier, my beliefs. I do not judge by appearances.
Of course, like you said, but still, many people choke on that when I tell them that. Many people, huh? So.
I see.
Speaking of which, I need to get me a book on Magitech. I got some reading to do. I'll be right back.
Good luck. I did have to navigate that whole place a little bit.
It's a little bit confusing, truth be told.
I don't know what Magitech is.
Please, it might be something similar to what we have back at home, but
it's
not
weird.
that name.
Technology that interfaces with magic without going kaboom.
Oh,
that's most technology.
Yeah.
Like this.
Most technology.
Yeah, like
Most
that.
likely.
Yes, like that.
What is that?
Exactly
Yeah,
like
probably.
that.
We call it, I just call it a spell pistol. My brother-in-law would have a much fancier name for it.
Is that a wand turned into a gun?
Based from,
Hold on, wait, I need another one.
I'm assuming
Not
it's like a
exactly, it's
focus,
powered
but
by,
you
Safarian wizard.
you put mana into it and go bang.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. It's a good picture.
I'm about to get mauled, aren't I?
Come back in 5 minutes and I will
So I was gonna punch you. I wasn't actually gonna punch you, but I was gonna wind back.
Thank you.
It's funny. I wouldn't hit Doge. Doge could kick my ass.
Apparently.
Well,
Doge
not
probably twist
right
my
now.
finger and like flip me.
Not right now.
You know what I mean.
I've only got this
That'd
dagger.
be
I
funny.
don't know where my other one is.
Sometimes in rare cases can gain
Okay. How actually, speaking of equipment, how have your items been new? The ones you bought from me? Any
The
issues with them?
shotguns? No issues.
Yes. Excellent.
They did their job. Lots of dead vets.
A little bit of coping, but also just like.
Hello there,
That-
sweetheart.
Hello, Wes.
That a
How are you,
wisp?
dear?
That is a little
You're a
wisp.
whiz.
You kind of come out today. Hello, love. Mwah.
Oh,
You okay? You nice and warm? It's a bit
I
cold
feel
out
the
there.
great desire to pet everything with big floppy ears.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's great.
Go over by the fire, or do you want me to just hug you?
Well, the problem is that before I was being a social butterfly, I was like this.
hi, Wisp.
Really good. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Hi, Beastie. Hi, Beastie.
Oh.
I'm not a therapist. I don't know.
Speaking of Beastie. Hi.
Who you calling a beastie? Beastie?
Is
I'm calling you a
Pie doing
Beastie.
alright?
Beastie.
You're a beastie.
She is. She
Now there you go, making
was a little under the weather on Sunday, but she's better now.
childish.
How old are you again?
She's doing her usual Tuesday night stuff.
14, 15.
No usual Tuesday night stuff where she does things
You're 15, aren't you?
that means you're here.
She-
and
I
she's
don't know. I don't know if I'm aging like yearly.
She does
'cause-
deliveries on Tuesday nights
I
for
don't
some
know how
businesses
you
near
work.
where
You're
we're
confused.
living.
Dear, this is
Yeah.
Weird.
got it. She's a new breed.
Here
to meet my daughter,
usually
Wisp.
for me, so I could
Something
ride.
like that.
Oh wow, you just took it. Okay.
She is a warlock.
I only have heard what you said, to be fair.
Magic.
She's like an Uber Eats deliverer.
No, not exactly. More that there's a distribution company that
That's valid.
she is a driver for.
Yeah, I get it. Don't worry.
Tuesdays.
A courier?
I'm just pulling the leg.
Have you made any sort of like? I see you're looking a little, looking better than you
I
were
will leave it
before.
at that. If you want to hear,
Have
if
you
you want to hear my
been
TED talk
to-
on it,
Have you looked into anything to help?
Give me a couple of minutes.
I've had in months.
I need to like find smaller tools I can hold. I'll be back.
Do you want me to shrink some? Help with dealing with stuff on the other side?
I'm guessing Flurry did that.
And since he was on about two higher beings, not really being a fan of them.
Me neither.
Wow.
But he was talking about Faerun. Faerun, a lot of its magic stems from higher beings granting magic upon other people. Though at that point, that's warlocks.
Tools.
I'm used to people in higher places not being a fan of me, so...
Oh yeah, no, I have a specific... First time? Yeah, no, I have multiple, powerful entities that I have beef with. I'm dating, I guess, a lesser demigod in the most vague of terms. And so I have beef with all of his god relatives.
Don't have that blessings, I'm guessing.
I have a massive raging hate boner for a certain deity.
A little bit more expected.
TMI, mate.
That's a common term to say that it's that I'm angry.
Do you want fruit or a fruit pie?
You delve into magic long enough, you start having beef with powerful entities because you
realize it's
that, or if you're a psionic and you end up dealing with gods like Mistra, yeah, it doesn't go well. I met Mistra once. I can say that. Kind of wild.
The more powerful they are, the more of an egomaniac they are.
Also, keep in mind, my honey, my honey doesn't like the fact that I've met the goddess of magic and she hasn't. She's made that very clear to me.
Oh, introductions wise. Oh, by the way, this is Fable. He's one of the owners of Wiccarium.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Fable.
I'm not normally a skip it. I don't shake hands. A fist bump will do. Too many devils, demons, and genies of the sorts.
I know. I'm just saying.
Sure.
How is it compared?
Sorry, I'm making you bend down.
I'm sorry. If you want to come over here, I can bring some.
Hey, he's a good friend.
I'm finally in a state where I feel okay hugging people. At least people I like.
Same here.
Certain people they ask for hugs. Well, yeah.
I think I just got smacked in the face by reality by Vic. He's pretty good at that.
He had good talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's a surprisingly thoughtful person.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
I have a question for you.
1 second.
Just a little small question. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the cook's nearly done. It's been a few weeks.
I come requesting, Marge, maybe? Would you like to help me, create a spell?
Sure.
Ooh! Okay. That sounds interesting.
We're doing this now?
Yeah.
I thought you were off enough, so...
Yep, you have my number. Basically, all you need to bring next week if we're doing the ritual is the new body and,
hello, guys.
that's about it. And yourself. That's all I really need.
Fable?
If you guys want to hang out here and stay here,
Fable.
If you do get let out, what?
Thank you.
You had a question for me.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Being a skipper brain does this thing to me. So
I'm right here.
I heard that mental effects don't really affect you that well. In some niches. I do have an inquiry, though. If I was to give you like a rock that, like, let's say, comes to your mind and lets you understand it more, like certain emotions and stuff, would that be useful for someone like you?
No, I understand emotions very well.
Okay. I was just curious if, like, because I'm wondering if it will help you understand when, like, or let other people see, like, when things are getting real bad. People are dumb.
When things are getting bad, it's never tied to a specific emotion. There are certain ones where it's more likely to happen.
thing is out there.
And then.
But I could be murderous and happy.
I mean,
That's the most terrifying one as well.
That's a little. Yeah.
Once
I
again,
normally get
it's violent tendencies and violent impulses, not anger management.
But goes back to places I see
Okay, well.
Anger's very good at teasing it out.
Also,
like that. Yeah.
another thing. A merchant of hell was asking an inquiry of like you at some point.
Me.
Do you know anything about this?
I mean, there was a while back. A big scary demon dude did give me a coin. He did say for free. He did. I made sure it was for free.
So the things that like
Oh, okay, that's alright. That's not really like anything concerning. Apart from just the fact that he's requested you, I was like kind of confused by it because he's just a merchant. I'm just like, well, why would a merchant want to seek out a customer? It's usually, I don't know.
I think it might be that after my sensing instead. Because don't forget, I'm a baker.
Okay. Well. Yeah. I'm figuring because you're an assassin mainly. Because like, it's the only reason I can really think of.
Well,
really?
I'm an assassin, not a hitman. I only do it for.
There's a big difference. But
I'll hear about what he has to say, but I probably won't accept it as well.
Oh yeah. A bunch of goblins.
No, it's more of like him just off, like, from what I can tell, he just wants to offer you things in his shop. That's about it.
He wants me to buy stuff. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
this thing apparently was getting like,
that's the part that had me baffled, okay? It's like, okay, why don't you just go ask for them or find them, you know, or like wait until he shows up again? No, I have some in particular interest with this individual. Okay. Wait then. Simple. He'll show up eventually.
another tyrant.
I said that really rudely in that matter, and but it was a lot more professional talking.
Sure, you can bring him around at some point. I'm gonna be here all day. For however long.
Alright. Well, I'll let him know that you're here then. Where's my phone?
I missed the chance to watch. I missed the chance to watch Marge do her thing.
Oh, you still do it. They're probably taking their time, I'll be honest.
Where are they? The arena?
The size of this building. I don't know how we lost.
The arena, most likely.
Okay. That's where. Oh yeah, they did go.
Before you go, hold on. I'll actually find out. Hold on.
And also summon our own big.
I'll find out for comms. I'll move it.
What are you?
Buddy, where are you?
And that's for like.
I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, where you big witchy bitches?
The other big thing.
First order.
50 credits a month.
It's just the average plot of Evangelion.
What are you doing?
One moment.
I was trying to.
These bitches are being witchy.
The gold, one gold piece is 100 credits, so they would either get 10 silver pieces back, like I think a year ago.
I got his money and then some more.
5 silver pieces back.
Actually, a barista. It's funny enough. Like, very life-changing. Yeah, really weird. Oh yeah.
Succeeded. Tried again.
1 silver piece is like
Barista, I guess. I mean,
he's a lot more chipper than usual.
We need to think about it. Depending on where they are, some places technically rob people out of their money because of the overpriced stuff
This,
technically doing about
the
it.
new clothes that I got, because I grew an inch. This is a unique type of Kevlar lining that I am able to order from my tailor, which is supposed to protect
It's actually like
my body.
water.
And you make make sure that it can protect well against bullets and laser rounds.
Magic, my boy. They're in that room right there on the right side. They don't really care about you learning about the information. They're just trying to find out how to stop summonings. So, there you go.
I'm such a small person.
Along with the
certain state. So if you cast teleportation to that area, you'll wind up at a completely different spot. You basically create a planar pin.
Maybe, but the thought process from how I'm understanding this is that basically if that person is touched in any form of way, like whether they see the person coming or not, then they will be sent to this other place. And this other place, from how I know summoning spells, this other place has the summoning circle, and this person is basically sending people to that summoning circle. So that summoning circle is the anchor. My thought process is that if this person that is being summoned has a item on their person that is activated from the summoning spell specifically, or the magic used for the summoning spell, then that item will be activated, and then in the attempt to send this person somewhere, they get sent somewhere else rather than the anchor point.
That is doable, yeah. At that point, you just need to have an item on you that does the scramble. The only thing is, how do you make it only, like, this scramble will potentially happen from any teleportation. You'd have to find a way to modify
is it a
so
random
it's just
location?
scrambling.
Wouldn't it be easier just to send them immediately back to where they came from?
Where it just modifies any sort of variable of go to, it just always uses the same variable.
You probably could. We probably could add a secondary anchor point so that instead of being sent to the original anchor point when that device is activated,
Like one
they're
engraved on the
sent to a
bottom of
secondary
my
anchor point.
on the bottom of my wagon, maybe.
I have no idea what that means, but yeah, sure. I don't know anything about your wagon.
My wagon isn't important. It's just a place that I'm at frequently.
Okay, yeah, so in that case, you could have like a pendant or like any sort of, or like a bracelet or something, and then you just have the engraving where if any teleportation is cast on that person, instead of going to the spot wherever they're supposed to go, they go just back to the home point. They would have to take it off if they want to teleport somewhere, but it would be probably better to have
that's
something...
that's one of the issues that you're gonna run into.
Yeah.
Is that if you are going anywhere
variable, but that makes it more prone to being redirected. Like it makes it a little more like.
Well, the standard teleportation, like going through like a foggy gate, I feel like if that variable isn't specified, then that like pendant or item or whatever might freak out. So I think putting the is summoned variable is very specific, because I assume summonings don't happen very often.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stella's human. She doesn't get summoned regularly.
Okay,
I think
so
the
this
thing
is
that she does the most is like Misty Step, and that's not summoning magic. That's like.
That's not even teleportation. That's just really fast movement. So okay.
That's the thing. Generally, when writing a spell, you go for the easiest level. You make things keep it simple, stupid. You try and make it as simple as possible to avoid possible complications from like interactions you don't expect. That's why I'm asking, why can't we do XYZ thing?
Yeah. Okay, so basically we'll make an item that will disrupt, or in this case counter, the summoning to a specific location, and instead have it be that the summoning goes to a secondary location, which is your wagon.
Do we want to build it in with its own magic source, or do we want it to draw from the person wearing it?
From my understanding, Stella has a lot of magic already coursing through her, so I think it would be fine if it was coming from her.
Okay. So then we don't have to worry about building that into it.
Yeah.
However,
okay, so
what if someone figures out you've done this and then immediately views out and teleports a bunch of random stuff to them and drains them of all their mana?
Well, then I'm gonna be a bit pissed if someone managed to figure out we're doing this.
I don't think I've ever had Stella do that before, so I mean, there's a first time for everything.
From what I've heard, Stella has like an overabundance of magic constantly
instantly.
That is
issue
a
we had
very
the other day.
specific situation where anything can technically be. You can technically get around any problem if you do it enough and you figure out the one specific way. So it's figuring out what is the safest way with the resources you have that
What
is
about a buff?
least likely to be found.
A lot of magic items, they immediately go in. They immediately have the spell that the support item. It goes into that item and then it charges it off the person's magic. What about a small magic crystal that would act as like a internal battery that would last a short amount of time? It wouldn't obviously do it, but it would be enough for at least one spell to go off.
Yeah, one spell shouldn't be too big. How bulky of an item are we talking? Do we just want something really small like a ring, or do you want something larger?
I think anything would be fine. Even like a bracelet would be okay.
'Cause we could probably make it wide enough. If we make it a fairly wide bracelet, we can probably fit all the complex.
Yeah, my
runes on
only
it and then add a
worry
crystal.
is, in bracelets and certain types of jewelry, depending on what they are, it's not super hard to remove them, especially if they're within arm's reach.
Well,
I
it
would
depends
probably
on-
say...
What about a
It
lantern?
depends on how it's classed.
There's also
An
a
item you can
lantern.
drop is also a bad idea.
Fair.
Something big and bulky. If you
Yeah,
have
it needs to be
pick
something
up or
on her
have it-
person specifically.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you
let me think.
make it a bangle, bangles often, if you have to slide it on and off, and it's tricky to get on and off, then it has to be a very specific size, but it's hard to pull those off people. We could also make something with a locking clasp that requires it to be turned a very specific way. We would need a specific silversmith who is experienced in jewelry, but making a small clasp that makes it so it can't just be slid
should be able to
off
do
or
that.
like.
Yeah.
there
So
you go.
we'll leave that aspect up to you. We can make the spell and probably make the main component where the spell is stored in, and then we can hand it off to you, and then you can decide. Even Stella can decide what kind of thing you want specifically.
What
Sure.
material are you hoping to make this from?
It doesn't explicitly matter. Obviously, something more magical based would be good. So silver, gold, platinum, even.
It can be gold plated, but gold itself, because it's so soft, if she goes into combat a lot, it'll start to like move, and the runes might get buffed out quickly.
Don't you have a-
if it's
Yeah.
gold
That's true.
plated, that's fine, but something underneath should be somewhat durable.
Don't you have a bunch
Hmm?
of magical metals here that are like... Isn't there one that's like really recipient to magic? It's a bit more solid.
Yeah, but it depends on how much you want to spend on it and how heavy you want it to be.
And the
Well,
obvious
gold will
go-to
be
is
really
like
heavy.
mithril, because that's lightweight. Yeah. Well, if it's plated,
You could
it's
do a
better,
mithril
but
alloy. A mithril
It
alloy
is.
with some, some
With silver.
magic neutral. Yeah, it would be less
I
expensive,
would need
still
to-
fairly hard, and still, work for the magic.
That would be fine. I would just need to find an alloy for where I could do it. It's not sold frequently, at least in the circles that I'm in.
How bad would just
mean,
be
we do
using
have-
regular
Get something
steel?
custom made.
Steel can sometimes have weird effects on magic.
Huh.
Though, technically speaking, if we have steel for the base and then put another metal on top of it, the steel would keep it fairly resilient, and then the magic would course over the top.
like a sandwich.
Yes, basically using steel for the basic rigidity, and then the magic just only touches the safe metal. Kind of like how you'll have like some jewelry that's like a cheap metal on the inside, and then it has the nice metal on the outside, and you just never see the metal on the inside.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
That should be fine. This is definitely one of the more complicated, different support items that I could create,
Yeah,
but
and the clasp
it's the
also
spell is
doesn't
the.
need to be magic safe, since the clasp itself will be mundane. It'll have one continuous other stuff to.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm thinking this one should definitely work for targeting that teleportation, and then on this page.
The only thing is that we're not going to know if this works until it's tested, and it's a very specific situation that it seems to need to be tested in.
I should be able to, given the fact that you and Stella were able to summon something in the first place, we should be able to set up some kind of test.
I could just do a basic spell
I imagine
circle.
that'd be fine. My only concern is that
Copy
the
some
spell
stuff
circle
down.
on the wagon would probably degrade because of how frequently I use the wagon. So it would be better to have it somewhere stationary, which, again, I have an issue with that, but I'll figure that out later. I need to figure out somewhere stationary. I need a base of operations, ideally, at some point.
It doesn't need to
For
be any
multiple
place
reasons.
that is 100% safe. It just needs to be a place where they can get somewhere safe quickly. So you could just pick, like, concrete inside a building that's fairly, out of the way.
Right. But I want it somewhere secure because if someone finds it or they're able to trace it, it's too many variables. I want all variables in my control, ideally, if possible.
How soon do you need this?
2 weeks, ideally. 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. I should be able to refine this down well enough and then put it into something. More than likely, it'll probably be a crystal of sorts. I'll just have to figure out which crystal. And probably find one.
You're better at figuring that specific kind of thing out than I am. I'm better with
Yeah,
runes.
but I might need your help to scribble some of these runes on to the rocks and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I just need to
How
refine
has
this
your
a little bit
baby
more.
reacted to the two of you being a skip it? Your baby's got to be
Well,
losing his mind.
I can turn back at any point in time. Fable can't. So she has been having a field day with that.
Dad's a stuffed animal.
Basically. All right, but yeah, I will contact you once I refine this well enough, and I've gotten Marge to inscribe some stones for me with the runes that I need. And then
Sure.
I will hand it off to you.
Okay, here's the Wiccarium's commission. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then also, I talked to the guy. We're gonna go ahead. I just need to come in early before work to work on the magic circle because it's a very complex one.
But yeah,
the guy I was talking to earlier, he's has a body and he needs someone to transfer his soul to it. So I'm like, wow,
That's always
crazy
fun.
how I just happen to be
Alright, I'm going
studying
out.
this exact thing and need more practice. So.
You look into a lot of materials, right? I think I heard you talking about that at one point or another.
Yes, I like collecting weird shit.
Okay. On the off chance, there's some of these that I think I could figure out where to get them from, but I'm looking for a handful of materials. If I could just rattle them off to you, do you think that you could have an idea on potentially some of them? Maybe?
I can give it a shot.
Okay. I'm looking for shadow moss, blackened willow sap, umbral lotus, lotuses? Umbral lotuses. Moonlit water, ground, and then shadehound bones.
I'd have to double check, but a lot of that just sounds like things you'd find in the wintry side of the Feywilds.
Fey?
You know,
Okay.
the Feywilds, where basically the fairyland. There's different
Right. I would have assumed it would have been
countries.
infernal.
Sounds more like the kind of stuff you'd find in the woods and stuff, things like moss and stuff. Generally, you need moisture. I'm not as...
Right.
That's just based on
Not
what I
usually
have
found in
heard.
hell.
Hell is not always
a lot of
fire and
those...
brimstone.
Not always. Hell has been cold.
Where's Dylan?
I've been to the River Styx. That shit was weird.
She left.
Yeah, she stepped outside.
Oh.
I've never seen
You're
the
so
light
cute when you
leave a
leave.
skipper's eyes until now.
But yeah, it sounds like it might be... I'd look into various plants of the Feywilds.
There's a person here I wish wasn't here.
Especially what did you say, the moonlit water you mentioned? What it was called. That definitely does not sound like something from
Yeah, that was the only exception. I thought shadehound bones. It sounded something maybe that would have been in like what's
if
the
it was
alternate of
Hellhound,
the?
it would be Infernal, but Shadehound, I'm not as familiar with. These are definitely materials I haven't really worked with before, but they sound like they'd be from the Feywilds.
Okay. I guess I'll ask my contact and see if I can get clarification on where they would have been found or something like that. But anyways, regardless, I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's just off the top of my head. I don't use those materials. If I have used them in the past, it was probably for something really specific. So.
Okay.
Doing good?
No. Anybody else? No. Not at all.
Mm.
I stabbed Riel on Saturday.
Oh!
I've been feeling it ever since.
Yeah, what set it off?
The lizard. She got in the way.
Oh.
Sounds terrible the more I think about it.
I mean... Given the situation, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have.
And we're working on fixing the problem.
But yeah. She's forgiven me.
Speaking of... So, this guy that I'm helping with will actually be good practice, but I think I feel pretty solid on the soul transfer part of things. It's the divinity transfer that's going to be the trickiest part. I need to get a source of divinity I can test things on. I have a ritual written, but testing it and ensuring I get the details finessed. I need to have some source of divinity, no matter, even if it's minor, and a way to detect it to work on. So, finding that's going to be tricky.
Finding a bit of divinity to detect. I'm right here.
Yes, but you are the big one. I need something very small. I don't know how to slice off a piece of the cake. I can only pick up the whole cake. So I need a very small cake, like ideally
Real?
A cupcake. You are a whole cake. I need a cupcake.
Real?
Does she have divinity?
I mean, if what we've learned about her past is she might, then maybe...
The problem is, I don't want to do it on a person, because what if I just completely remove it by accident?
Good point.
Ideally, it would be an item, a physical, or like some sort of
I mean, we do have the dagger of a god in our basement.
But if I fuck that up, it'll go really bad.
Good point. Don't mess with that dagger.
Like I said, like... Yeah, I mean, one idea is I look for something like holy water, but...
Is that too little?
I need a way to detect the divinity. Actually, I could probably talk to people here about the detection part. If I can just figure out how to transfer divinity from holy water to regular water, and... But then, that's the idea of, is it a blessing or the divinity itself? But that's when the detection part comes in.
Well, that's a good point. I think holy water is just simply water that has been blessed.
It has to be specifically divinity, and if you mess with the wrong gods and they feel like you're messing with them, they'll come knocking down your door. So ideally, it's a source of divinity from either a god that wouldn't give a shit or a god that can't do anything about it, or with their consent.
I mean, we have a dead god, and you have that spear.
Yeah.
We do need that spear.
I think my step one is I'm going to ask around on
We do need
detection
that
of divinity.
spear for other stuff, but then again, if that spear ends up breaking, we still have the dagger.
We still have the dagger. Ideally, we have both. I'm going to work on getting the thing to detect divinity, because with a soul, if you take a soul out of someone, they basically just become a husk. You can tell there's no soul there. It's
I still
easy
have
to tell
this
if
coin
you
that
fucked it up.
change its symbol depending on if there's something of divinity nearby.
Yeah, but wouldn't it just react to me and not whatever I'm testing on?
Do you have any touch of divinity in you?
I could have sworn that the coin changed into something. Wait, no, yeah, it doesn't react with something on there. I just can't disclose what.
I see. Well, I don't need to speak about what it does for me. It does react with Riel, by the
I'm gonna ask
way.
around and see if there's a... It does? What's it turned into?
Gaelic runes. And a gate.
Interesting. And then once I have all these...
I also
once I
get the
figure
feeling
out that
that
ritual, then I...
get the feeling that Ludric has something to do with a murder god. Because I know the symbol of all the of quite a few murder gods, as you can imagine. Looked up a bunch. Know what the formless mother was. Saw that symbol.
Ludric and... a murder god, or the murder god that we specifically are working on?
A murder god. Different one to mine.
Well, I mean...
To be fair, as far as I can remember from
Who
what
knows?
little information there is in this one, they're a bit more morally grey. There's kind of want... It's not this guy. Not
Yeah,
this.
as long as it's not this guy. Yeah.
Are magically inclined, but that are still human.
Because I noticed that symbol on the
Well,
coin when Ludric went near it,
seen-
and I recognized that symbol.
They have like shaped their legs, but an upper body of a. Like, they're basically a human, but they have wings and
One step at a time, so it wasn't you there, friend. In fact, like you said, you're the first normal thing that she's seen here for her. So, if anything, you probably brought her a little bit more calmness.
No.
Shit, you have 20 on
Whatever I can say about
How are you? Doing alright? Just spending a day with
Understood personally.
I don't think the mayhem was
I have managed to crawl my way out of doing my taxes.
Congrats.
To attempt to buy things, and now to give complaints to customer support because I made my request like 20 minutes ago.
Have you tried to bring their attention again?
Where were you, January?
Well,
This is
I've
why
got to
she's the
follow.
brains of the family.
I've got to follow him off around since he
It's a low
arrived.
bar.
I have a meeting with her and
People that have done real bad shit for no fucking reason. Oh my fucking god.
Do you know where Dylan and Fable went?
It's,
you come out here?
last I saw.
I haven't seen him. But
Alright.
I'm wondering if Dylan knows that he's here. I don't think she does.
Who's here?
Yeah, I think you should.
Hey,
because
Dylan, did
the
you know
last
that
time
that
I
one guy
remember, I
called-
thought he's
what
banned
was
from
it?
this place. I don't fucking know.
What was the guy's name? I don't want to say the wrong name. Ango.
Yeah, it's Ango.
Apparently Ango's here. Also, where are you? I need to talk to you. I have a question. Oh. Actually, maybe he'd even know about it. Yeah, I was gonna ask Dylan, but I'm also gonna ask you. Do you have a way to detect divinity? Like a Geiger counter, but divinity?
Oh, okay. Like, detect divinity is one thing, but like detecting how divine something is,
Like, because you know the rituals I'm working on, I need one that will transfer divinity. And to know if
Right, so
my
you
studies
need to
work,
see-
and I also need to find sources of it that I can experiment with that aren't going to get me killed. Ideally.
Okay. Well, I told you.
But
I
to
think
figure out
the
if it works, I
suggestion
need a way to test.
Well, so technically, how do I put this? So you don't need to see, for lack of better words, a Geiger counter. You just need a confirmation of whether or not something is divine now. Traces of it, honestly, usually aren't enough to make anything that would normally detect divinity pop up. If you don't see it, it's just gone. So that might narrow down your search a little bit. I believe I gave you an idea of where to start looking for a divinity that may not care as much if you're fucking with its objects and such.
Yeah, I just need to know how have something that I can practice transferring to see if the ritual works. Because I have a draft, but a draft without testing is just a theory.
When you are prepared to... how do I put this? When you are prepared to do a proper test and have a working theory in your head that you think works on paper, tell me. I can show up to a location for you, and we can conduct
Okay,
a test.
I'm
I
ready.
can bring...
I have it on my journal at home. I just need this stuff. I need the supplies to test it.
Okay, let's rephrase that then. How long would it take you to get the supplies?
Well, that's the thing. The supplies I need is a source of divinity and then a thing to transfer it to, where if it's just an item to transfer it.
So
in
I can
between,
get you a source of divinity, apparently. I have one on hand. I can... Well, I can't hand it to you, but I can let you experiment with it for a moment.
What kind of item do I need then? Because usually, like, if it's a weapon, you want to transfer it to a weapon. If it's some magic cup, you want to have a different magic. You want something of somewhat similar.
Where's Flurry? Is Flurry here?
No, not
I haven't seen them today at all.
Oh, you're obnoxiously pink.
Okay, well, I guess it was dealt with.
It's not obnoxiously pink.
Apparently he's stuck
He's
like
perfectly pink.
You're
It's obnoxious, just a teensy bit.
Is Ongo gone now? Is he gone? Ongo's gone.
Mo.
But yeah, so what kind of object do I need to have as a temporary?
Seeing as the
The cat's blue and purple now.
He's a little old. He's a little guy. I think a simple weapon would be fine, something that can retain magical essence.
Okay, I can get my hands on that.
Do you need a weapon that has a lot of... that probably, like, got a recipient into some sort of magical effect, something like that? Not this. According to Riel, this dagger has the equivalent of spiritual bad vibes.
That will probably work then.
Especially with that, potentially, also it might be safer to do it with the method I have in mind, because if you do it properly, once it's transferred, it will fade on its own, so there will be no leftover residue for you to worry about afterwards, even if you do fuck it up.
Perfect. Also, I have someone that... I'm doing an actual soul transfer for someone, for just the soul. Probably in a week, so... Woohoo! I'm helping someone.
Practice.
Based on all my tests, it should be... the ritual itself should work. But now I get to just use it and...
Let's see.
Yeah.
You ready to do it right now?
I expect it to... Pretty much I've, like... I have to get here, because it takes me several hours to draw the magic circle because of how complex it is, because it's full with all the safeties and...
Okay. I thought this is something you wanted to do right this second. I was like, okay.
No.
we can do
No.
Yeah, right here, right now, on this.
Okay, it takes me hours to draw the magic circle because it has to be very precise given the kind of shit I'm dealing with.
I would offer my services to help
freehand that
control
shit,
that,
just
however,
quick
with
20
how
minutes.
finicky and how specialized it has to be, I'm not going to pick
If you make a typo, I won't... Like,
Exactly.
if I make a typo, that's one thing. If someone else under me makes a typo, then it's like, I won't know where to start.
There's so many things going on, please, just give me a moment.
Yeah, hence why you tell me when you are prepared and what day works for you, and we can set up a time for me to show up, and we can make the test and see what happens.
I can technically do it any day except the day that I'm doing this, because I'm gonna have to focus on whatever the thing I'm doing for this guy in a week is. So pretty much any day but the next Wiccarium.
I'd like to be there to watch.
Wednesday. Then what day?
Well, given
you know
it's at the
what, how about
Wiccarium, I won't be able to.
this? What day would work better for you then, if you wish to
Aurora, I'm
participate with the eyes?
I'm going in the wrong direction.
Any day.
How did you mess that up?
You would think
Well, shit.
that I
What
would
time of day?
someone who was of such
Yeah.
high
Preferably
standing
earlier.
and such radiance
early. Unfortunately, this within an hour from now, earlier is probably the earliest I can do during the week. On the weekend, obviously, I could probably do.
Well, if we're doing the
sooner.
weekend,
You do the
I'm going
weekend.
to be
Why not
busy
after
on...
the meat rack on Saturday?
Yeah, sure, go by me. Yeah, go by me. I can do that.
Would that work?
Yeah.
What time?
No, I'm just kidding.
Usually around, let's see, it starts at 2, so 5 EST.
Going all right.
5 EST. And where are you wanting to do this?
I am in search
Well,
for money.
where do you need us to? It sounded like you needed us to come to you.
Oh.
Anywhere that is not severe.
Hey, police, you doing alright?
Anywhere that is not Saphira.
Well,
no,
I got
Well, we can't do it at Dragonspire.
I was about to say the same thing.
Can't do it at Dragonspire. Can't do it at Killfall because
You could do it here. Just get Dylan's permission.
If they're fine with it.
I got introduced the idea
Right.
that I could give my daughter a...
I could also find a place in Orlando Soccer, worst case scenario, somewhere probably that won't get too messy.
Yeah. So you know what we're dealing with. I will plan on here unless you find a better spot. I just need to know a couple hours ahead of time because I have to get here early and draw everything.
Yeah, no, that's
Ideally,
fine.
ideally it should not be rain. Like if it's raining, I need a dry spot where I'm not gonna have all my work washed away in 5 minutes.
So then what we do to make things 10 times simpler, right? You just have the dome go up over there, have that up for a little bit while you're drawing, and then make sure it stays up for a while. Do it on off day.
Yeah.
I'm coming for Snow Neighborhood.
I'll just talk to Dylan or Fable. I might do. I was to say, I'm so used to Dylan being the one who's around.
Is she not?
If the divinity ritual goes well,
They're both
the
off
soul
today.
ritual in a week goes well, then both of those parts of what we need are done,
Makes sense for me.
I tell you what.
which is a big step.
But then all we'd need would be the dragon.
Well, I've never been a man who's had a lot of
Yep.
money.
Then we just need the dragon.
You think it could be maybe done by the end of this month?
Yes, I
Well,
also got to build the house.
If
but
we use
luckily,
the dragon, you're in luck. I've located
I have
one.
spoken to some people, and I have plenty of people who would love to
Oh
help
my
me.
god, I don't know what to do about
Young, just come into its good. Well, not its prime, because if it's in its prime, it's be a whole other ordeal.
But
But
Yeah, I don't think we could take on a dragon in its prime.
realistically,
not in its
don't
prime,
really
no.
need to have much.
It's just on the cusp of entering adulthood. So it's gotten a bit foolhardy.
Oh, you guys are setting
But
the-
it still has
I
power.
want you to know that. I really
And
do.
it's kind of what you want in this. It's also young enough, so
I'm gonna
that
try
way,
again,
the
and I
flesh should
know
be
you're not
supple
gonna sass me.
and scales good.
Even if it takes us a few weeks in between, and say we could probably reasonably get things done before the end of the next month.
Again,
At most,
I sincerely doubt anyone else.
That's if things go well.
Yeah, I sincerely doubt anyone's going to hunt the damn thing. So take your time.
It's got
Just make sure you're prepared. Because again, you're hunting a dragon.
Well, I was thinking maybe just hire specialized hunters rather than go ourselves. After all, we don't have the ones to kill it.
Wish you the best of
I
luck.
think I want the walls.
If you ever
to
As
need
long as they don't
anything,
use any sort of toxin.
I know a very funny guy with too many cameras on that.
That's really the
a
big
nice
thing we
mix of
want to
that
keep,
and some
you know,
white, a little bit of red.
outside variables.
I've always been
limited as
doing lots of
possible
stuff
when
with
it
the
comes to
Iron
what-
Grip. I can ask them if they want to do it.
enough so that way my daughter has plenty
If
of
I can
room
learn
to
anything,
play.
I'll let
and
you know,
I've
but
got my
You
own
know,
little
I also
area
know a few
and
people who might take this as an opportunity
yard.
for very beneficial for them. They may just do it
maybe
for
a
free,
slide.
actually.
I don't know.
Really? For free?
I phrase it
I
a
like that
certain way.
price.
The curiosity.
They'll definitely
I'll
have
talk to them.
land.
I'll see how they feel about it.
That's for sure.
Okay.
And then get you a
I
different...
feel though you'd probably still want to have some hand in it, given you know your connection. It might be better for you to have some sort of connection with the dragon, given everything.
I was blocked, so.
House.
Even if you only have a small part in the
I
hunt.
just gotta get the money for it. And sadly, that means just.
I'm gonna try my best to be there as much as I can be for the fight. But I have to
if you're
realize
only there
I'm not a dragon
temporarily-
hunter.
I just know there's a huge debate about what
Yeah,
to do with
that's the
them.
thing.
so that way
On
that
one
girl
hand,
can
I'd like
home.
us to, you know, stay back and let the professionals do it. On the other hand, the more connection you have with this dragon and with its parts, the better.
Get some information about where they would potentially keep any of
What?
their prisoners.
What would you say?
I can go 50-50 with you on this. You want to have connection, but you don't consider yourself a dragon hunter, which it being certain company is probably the best. You don't consider yourself that. Regardless, I can introduce you to a contact of mine whose profession is hunting ones of not so great spirit. maybe give you some pointers. Help me out.
Are you talking about Malguin? Rainbow guy?
No. No.
Okay. Alright. Chill.
Come outside.
I'm a fighter.
It's Malquin.
Back in the day, back in D0, they put me in front of.
I think you've crossed paths before. I don't know if you guys have talked, but
I
he
think
comes
I've
here every so often.
seen him.
I took them all down.
Smells a little off, but it's really not that big of a deal.
All roads lead back to Corona.
Learned how to burn the wound shut.
Yeah, I think we have our plan. We'll figure out a day, ideally probably Saturday after meat rack for our test, and then in a week from now I'll do soul. And if both go off well, then we're on our way. Woo.
There is actually one thing that I think I could make myself into a fairly decent dragon hunter pretty quickly, but I'd need to do...
You do? You don't say? You are quite...
I'd need to ask a lot of someone.
I do recommend the
specifically
inside as well.
Maury.
There's a nice cozy fire.
What would you say to working for Sterling?
You're not thinking what... That, oh my god, that might work. That would be ridiculous, but it would work. In theory, it would work.
Our brand has been expanding over the past couple of years. We have multiple subdivisions that...
You have a couple weeks, so you can float that idea by them.
One of them is entertainment.
We always get up to the wildest shit, don't we?
We do.
Things just fall into place in weird ways.
To work within our company.
Oh, I'll see you around.
Next 2
And they
months
need
are
to
gonna
be
be pretty
protected,
exciting.
and they need to have someone look out for them. So.
You know
Why
who
not have
might be
someone trustworthy?
interested?
Exactly.
I don't know how interested, but we could at least offer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk.
I would be a two-faced liar if I turned down an opportunity. So.
Happen.
Sure.
I don't think he would.
We're steaming. You don't think he would?
Well, we'll ask him.
But what if he also, you know...
This card.
Well, it's different. I don't know.
Call the number on that card tomorrow. A representative from the company will call you, and they will let you know
Your smiles.
exactly what it is that
We'll ask him. He might, if he says no, he says
that
no.
you would be applying for. Just a security.
Sorry, watching
Or if
Dirge
you would like
smile at the
head
stuff you're
of
saying, it's
security.
mischievous.
Whichever one you feel comfortable.
I haven't smiled.
It looks like you were from the angle I was seeing.
This is me smiling.
Is there anything you're expecting from this, Ms. Aurora? This is a
Also,
very kind offer that's coming out of nowhere.
wings.
I'm expecting to help someone.
Oh, your
who
tail is
genuinely
wagging, your wings are flapping.
Wants the best for their child.
No.
In the future.
Yeah,
going
Marge, of
That
all
is
people,
really
you cannot hide
embarrassing.
this.
I keep forgetting it
Marge,
does that, and I do not like it.
You're not hiding that from all people like me, so... I've noticed that a lot, I just never
I don't do it intentionally, it just happens.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I'd like to look up your offer.
No matter how
and
much you think
if you're in
about
need
it,
of
you're not
security,
gonna be
I
able to
would
hold it.
graciously offer my services. Though right now I am extremely busy with the things going on in industrial, so I'll do my best to try to part some time.
You take a break. As one of the leaders of the crappy, unification, you take a fucking break. We can't have you out there all the time.
But people...
He says that, and they were like,
I
hey,
don't stop
you
this
want to
shit.
take a break from one thing to do
No, it's just...
Would you like to hunt a dragon?
We're not all there just yet. People still keep reaching out to me for questions and direction, and I don't want them out there lost and confused in a city fighting a war they don't understand.
What it sounds like is that
Hi.
the overall structure
Hi.
of
So I know you're busy.
whatever it is that
I'd
you're
like to offer you a change in scenery. Would you like to fight a dragon?
What the fuck? Are you equipped to fight a dragon?
Fucking pardon?
He just seems like
There's
the kind of
two
person
guns,
that'd be
a
at least
sword.
What the hell?
Hello.
Greetings.
He's praying.
Needs a moment.
No, he's warming up. He's
Fair
warming
enough.
up.
No, he's
Should we
playing
sweeten the deal with a potential,
wait,
you
no,
know,
that's-
I feel like
modifier
it's
that you
specific.
mentioned?
Oh, he is
I feel like
decompressing.
I feel like it's mine specifically that would be the best for guys.
Can I ask what you're gonna do to the poor man? Or you're gonna offer the poor man?
He
Or
is
like, are you trying to keep it a
That
secret?
was a very interesting request. Where did that come from?
And I.
Well, we gotta hunt a dragon. You could have said no.
See,
What if we told him we can make
What kind of dragon?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am about as mortal of a man as you could ask.
oh, I was gonna say,
What
do you
kind of
have someone who's proficient in hunting dragons?
Why? And what is the reward?
White dragon,
why
classified,
is a bit
peace of
complicated.
mind for certain
White
someone.
dragon?
Ooh, those are spicy.
We're figuring out payment. Depends on how much you want to get paid for this.
If you need someone who's
A
not
white dragon with
proficient-
frost.
You want to know what? If I need some
If you
adventuring
think it's
under
out
my
of-
belt, as no, I have put my
Is
head
it-
against a lot, and something tells me this is for one of you two,
Being
and you
very
guys are people that I'm
curious
indebted
and
to.
nosy.
So
What's the age of the dragon? Is it a young, adult, or
Young.
older?
Not
Young.
in its prime.
Young?
Yeah, fairly young. Yeah.
Young white dragon?
Ooh. That means you have a good survivability
What's-
rate.
You all have a wonderful night.
It won't be. We are
What's the-
genuinely thinking about getting professionals in on this to help.
what's the reward?
A white dragon.
Goodbye.
Depends on what you want.
have a wonderful
You can
day.
make some pretty nice
You
armor
just
out
want
of
to get paid
dragon's
because I
skin.
can arrange for you to get paid.
You can
This
make
is
some
true.
pretty good armor out of dragon parts.
Depending on how big this thing is, I don't think
we
we'll
need
need
the
all
parts.
of it. So we need a lot of the
Oh,
parts,
you
but
all
no,
need the parts.
depending on how big
Yes.
it is. Do you think we'll need all of it? We'd have to see.
A
We do?
young
That's
adult
not for us to say.
white dragon?
True.
It might have something.
We'd
You
have
can
to
turn
see it,
whatever
find out
it
more.
hunts into something.
Although I would love some cool dragon armor and dragon swords, I really need money for my daughter's home. So
Does the
Well,
dragon
I
have
can
a
arrange
horde
that.
somewhere?
Depends on how much you want.
Yeah. The dragon might have a horde.
They're arranging
Items you can
payment for
sell.
you.
Yeah. We're just after the
whatever you
dragon
guys-
itself. Anything it has, we don't worry about. So
well, how about this?
we'll have to look into what it might have.
No, hang on.
How
let me
about this?
Say what he wants.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you if you two are people that I consider damn near family at this point, if not
It's
already.
about what we talked about earlier.
So
Have him talk to someone that has more
I
information.
figured about as much. Just
Malgwin?
Ask
we'll
about if
figure
it has a
out.
horde or anything.
We'll figure out
He's one of the people.
whatever rewards later. Just I'll help. Let me know when. Let me know where. You have my sword.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
Like,
If you need any extra assistance, just let me know. I'd be more than glad to help and lend my experience.
I know a handful of Drake
In the
hunters.
experience. I like that's how you just. It's an experienced hunter.
Well, no, I meant like my experience in hunting dragons.
Yeah,
You
we're
ready to
talking
hunt a dragon,
to
Vic?
maybe getting either the Iron Grip or some other people. We're trying to figure out who
let
to
me
ask
put it
for
to you
help.
this way.
We
As someone
probably
who's
aren't
a
gonna do it
human,
just
Zafira
our
City
friend
boy,
alone. But we need
after I
the
face
dragon
down a
and its
dragon,
parts.
whatever
and we
threats
can't
we
use
face in that
poisons
city
as one stipulation. We don't
will
want to use
not
poisons.
intimidate me at that point.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It will.
Wouldn't want to.
The dragon will, yeah.
Well, depends on what parts of
The
the
dragon
dragon
will,
you're
definitely.
looking for,
I've
but I'm assuming
hunted-
you want
I've hunted
the entirety of the
I've
dragon.
hunted
All of it, 'cause
3 dragons and 2 drakes.
We're hunting the dragon
Saphira still
for
scares me.
someone else for something that we need. so
Well,
we don't know what they
Zafira
need.
doesn't. Zafira
so
doesn't
we're
scare
just
me.
assuming they need the entire corpse.
I feel
but if
more
there's
comfortable in Zafira,
leftovers,
if I'm being
we might be
absolutely
able
honest
to
with you.
disperse
Oh,
them,
no,
but we
same
don't
here.
want to
That's not
guarantee
what I
that.
Understandable.
I'm starting to get used to constantly having meetings with
teachings and
warlords,
stuff. I'm very proficient with
scrapper
carving
leaders,
and so on and so
down
forth.
in the sewers.
So
I'm going to
yeah,
be meeting a
if you
war
decide that you need
priest,
some
for
help
God's sake,
in the
with
grip,
creature
I'm more
species
than willing
from
to
the hive.
volunteer. If you just want
I'm
me to
gonna have
come
to figure out
along
how we're
as
gonna
per se.
transport the corpse after it's dead.
Now look
so
at me, I don't
actually
even
need to
look
ask
like
some
the
some questions.
cyberpunk dirt
I can follow you.
motorcyclist I used to be.
Marge,
From the commission with the grip.
depending on the
They might be able
depending on the size, I don't mind lending one of my war rigs.
I'm gonna ask a few questions, but if we need to get something better, I'm gonna come back to you guys on that.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm not going to cost you anything. I'm offering you a war rig.
I
don't
love
give a
that
fuck.
price.
Yeah.
$3.99. Look at that.
$3.99, yeah. $3.50.
Thank you so much.
I might just ask for a bit of fuel money, like a bit of gas money, but like
How's it
that'll probably
going,
be
hon?
like a few credits at most.
Good. Okay. Bendis, you're doing well. You look like you're thriving.
Representative of such element, so like a fiery element or a fiery ingot that almost radiates heat, or like a
Hello, you two.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
Fuck you. Hey, can I use the, can I borrow the, Wiccarium arena to do
Wait
a
a minute.
ritual on Saturday?
Sure.
Why are you fluffy?
Oh, Umbro, don't touch him. I actually mean it. It's very bad. Also, they're like us now.
The
They're
second
like
you
us.
say, Umbra, don't touch that. That makes Umbra want to touch it even more. You fucking asshole.
Do you want, I mean, they could just
But
touch
it
me.
will
No.
actually make us. They'll actually make us afraid and burn and really bad damage, like direct actual damage.
Jesus Christ. Making a mockery of me. Fucking old heads over here,
without
dude.
like the little obelisks that would spin. It looks like Mr. Higgs smashed that with a hammer.
No, they are. They're completely shattered. Again, it's all about experimentation, seeing if I can't poke my head in some way and figure out something. I can't promise anything on that front. Alternatively, and I feel like there's probably going to be the simplest solution here, Ares, obviously, is a well-renowned blacksmith.
That was going to be my next choice, is going to the Iron Grip to go ask to see if they have something like that there. But they throw around a lot of words at the Iron Grip that I don't really understand. Primarily like Elder Dragon when referring to things that are clearly not dragons.
Yeah. Higgs apparently has a dog that's an Elder Dragon, according to them, so do with that what you will. I don't know.
That
keep
man is
hearing you.
exhaustively weird sometimes.
I think it's a hunter
Put
thing.
a golden frying pan in your pocket.
I think he's just an eccentric.
Yeah, but that too.
Does it cook good?
I don't know.
I think
Made it
does it
gold.
cook
so probably
good?
doesn't.
At least he's not. At least he's not.
Elder dragons aren't dragons.
Hold on, wait a second. One more time.
Right.
Yeah.
It turns anything I cook into gold, and anything I kill.
What?
Oh, the Midas
Yeah.
man. Good lord.
I'll kill him.
Ludwig, do you mind if I ask?
Did you put that in my
I shit you
pocket?
not. I shit you not. I bought
it
this
like
for
a
10 credits at
philosopher's
Orlando
stone?
Saka.
No way! Seriously?
Like a year and a half ago, I bought this for like 10 credits at Orlando Saka, and now it's soulbound to me.
You could completely ruin
Where'd you
gold
buy it
market with
from?
that.
I don't know, some like little fucking like little merchant wanderer thing that was at Orlando Saka. I don't know. It was like small, hooded. It had yellow eyes. Couldn't really see its face.
Are you sure it's not like fool's gold or something?
Please I tested it. It's real gold. Look here. Hold on. He pulls out a golden rat.
You know, I haven't sat this
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have a cabin.
It scared me when I found this. Yeah, go ahead.
Ludwig.
It scared me when I
quick
found the
question,
fan.
Ludwig.
Good
How
answer.
do you have methods to transport the corpse? The dragon corpse.
It is real.
Depending on who hunts it, I can make that a part of the expedition for them to transport it.
Okay.
It is 4.
Right, because we're trying to figure out all the logistics on this. Of who we're sending.
Actually, ooh, that's so fucking good. Holy shit, you are wonderful in timing. Thank you.
Okay, you can have this back. I don't know what kind of
Yep. Leader of a particular thing.
Hey, yeah, I don't know how. It's really weird.
Yeah, what's up?
Completely unrelated to anything we talked about so far. I have a question for you and the other groups associated with you.
Sure.
Is anyone still needing dragon-related parts for their classes, for the ranking up?
I would really, really hope not, considering it's been 2 months since we've had a wave timer. And if anyone has, they would have hopefully already been classed up by now. If they weren't,
Yeah, well, I mean, I know you still have to do apparently a round of it of some kind. At this, what if I'm understanding?
We have to do another one, but it doesn't involve dragon scales this time.
So no one amongst all the groups needs to do that at any point now, yeah?
Mm-mm.
Or has no need for it in the future?
No, at least not right now that I'm aware of.
What about hunting one regardless? Would they be interested in it?
It would depend on the dragon. I would be interested in something like that, and I'm sure the other groups would be too.
White dragon.
White dragon? I assume it's been causing problems.
Yes. Just reaching adulthood, not quite, but it's already starting to attack farmlands and farmsteads. Been sighted, it's been a bit finicky, but it's starting to become a little arrogant in its movements.
The closest thing you probably get is sketches of
It's the type of thing where, I mean, if you want it to be done cleanly and in a way that would be possible, my group would be fine with taking care of it. I'm sure Folly would be excited, but...
So
I'll have to be there too.
With this hunt, then,
and I have to be fighting with you guys.
2 stipulations.
That's fine.
1, he has to come with you. 2, no poisons against the dragon. Has to be clean.
And you can't completely
decimate. In a way. Yes,
That's
has to be
fine.
left in a way where there's still a corpse that can be salvaged parts and used for numerous things.
That should be fine, and that's already in my interests anyways. Ideally, I would want to cut it into parts for multiple different reasons. Dragon bone, dragon blood, all sorts of other things sells very, very well. So, yeah.
Okay. We can portion out things. Make sure you get enough for what you need. Make sure your party is compensated properly with the parts. And I'm assuming there's a horde somewhere.
Are you?
Small.
Yeah. That's fair. White dragon. So, I don't know what they're... I'm not familiar with white dragons too much. I need to do a little bit of reading on where their layers are located and what they are.
So, white dragons normally are frost-based dragons. Normally you're going to find them in caverns and up in the mountains. So, expect a lot of snow, expect a lot of climbing. More than likely you're going to be fighting in its territory, because the moment you start fighting it truly out in the open, it's going to piss off and go back to where it's staying to recover.
Right.
So, fire is going to be your best bet, mind you, within a reason, so you don't, ruin the damn scales. Other than
that should be fine. Are you coming to me as a contractor then, specifically you, or?
Yes.
Or
well,
okay.
So I'm middleman for this one because I'm helping him with a completely separate side task. So I'm going to be the one doing the contract for this. So any talks about it come through me.
Okay, that should be fine. If that's the case, is the hunt specifically dragon, or is there monetary value to this as well?
So I figure the reward / monetary reward for it would be 1, a section of the horde would obviously go to all the parties involved, and
how long do we have until we run?
Yeah. Whenever you get there, whatever you find there, give it up amongst yourselves.
We're not hunting you.
They're hunting dragons.
Nasty white dragon.
How good?
I'm a dragon ball, I'm not a dragon.
I would also like a portion of the treasure to go to him as well, seeing as he's going to be helping to participate in this, and he's also
that's fine.
just as much as a lot of you are.
If we need more people, I can easily get more.
What about hazard pay, that kind of thing?
Doing fine.
Hazard pay. I can
See recently.
For a dragon.
We love the holiday season.
It has been a while
right?
since I had to go through the ledges. Talk to Dole.
How about you guys?
Sure. We've had hunts for I'm tired, but I can get back your problem number.
Tired, a little hurt, but I'm good.
Obviously, medical
You, Mr. Dirge, right?
Yes, Dirge. That's my name.
Adrian. Sure. Good to meet you. I'm just human. I don't do deals.
Get out from behind it.
I'm a dragon ball.
My party primarily we're very efficient in the roles that we take, I guess, effectively. My role is I'm a tank. I stay in the front. I also do support, as well as I would have a blade, I guess a melee based. How do you even explain Amelia? She uses a sword. A fighter, I guess. Folia is she's a lot like a chocobo, except she can transform. But she does a lot of wind-based magics, that kind of thing. She's kind of an all-arounder. And then I have a caster with me as well. What type of role would you consider yourself?
Assassin.
Okay. Okay, that should be fine. Are you particularly good at then like scouting or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also got a
That'd be
natural
good then.
resistant to frost in cold environments, and also can climb very well. So it sounds like the environment we're going into is pretty well suited to me, other than the fact that it isn't a giant city. I'm not used to climbing mountains,
that should be fine.
but I should be bad at
I
climbing
think that'd
them.
fit in your party just as well as John.
Yeah, I was right.
You're right. That's kind of what I was thinking about that. Okay. I think we can do that.
When it comes to
when it
fighting
comes to
and
everything,
stealth is broken, I generally sort of do a mix of ranged and melee. More focused on the melee.
that's fine. Okay. I should be able to fit something fairly comfortable for you then when it comes to our composition.
I'm getting out of here. I got something to tell you a bit later, but I'll probably message you about it.
You sure? If it's important, we can talk now. We're pretty much done with this.
Kind of. Yeah, alright. I'll wait.
Okay. I'll draw up. Give me the contract, and I'll do that, and I'll sign whatever that needs to be signed, as well as I just want a degree of hazard pay. That way, if we just get our asses royally handed to, I'll still be compensated for medical supplies, that kind of thing. And then I'll draw up something for you saying that I won't abandon you to a dragon.
Okay.
So again, I need to go through the ledgers and for old Misty missions and things of that nature, so I can find out what they normally would charge for things of that nature. I can assure you, any medical bills that you accrue,
I'll cover
from
that.
This, I'll take care.
I'll cover the hazard
I'll
pay.
take care
I
of
don't
it.
want to be indebted to you.
Green is my color. But let's be honest, not a lot of tailors
Fair
like
enough.
making green. No, not a lot of tailors.
Well,
like
just by
making
signing the contract, it would be an obligation that Ludric, like if we were to just get our asses royally handed to us by this dragon, if sort of some unforeseen circumstance, something like that, it's basically just insurance and coverage for us, so that we don't, we have something to fall back on if something happens and it's not a total loss.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario. Okay, so how about this? And I will offer this as a
That's all I was wondering. I
as a
was like,
safety
oh,
net
is it
for all of
problematic
you.
dragon? I haven't seen one of those in a minute.
I'll get you something of a recall, for lack of better words. Drop it if you can linger around an area for about maybe 5 minutes or so. It pulls you out. Obviously, you attack it, you fail, and it either gets the better of you, you can't finish the job for whatever reason. It's not like it just disappears into the wind and you never can see it again. You can always just regroup, figure out what you did wrong.
Recall isn't hugely necessary. Actually, maybe recall for him. I could recall my team. I don't know about you. I don't know if my status magic will work with you. I could figure that out later.
How do we get the dragon corpse to the place where you need it?
I already figured that out.
Well, shit, I'm late to the ball.
Yeah, we're now discussing the actual
I was
party
gonna say
we're
ball
going
game
with.
or late to the party, and then I just said late to the ball.
That will also be one
I'm
of the
great.
things too with your wagon. I'm following.
dragging it with a
Good
wagon.
news is I don't think we'll have to send Vic.
Help you to arrange it. If you have to cut up
I
your
think
sections, that's fine. Like, it's not
Ludric's
go
got a
all
bunch
in
of
one
people.
It would need to be cut up.
Yeah, it's a dragon. I don't expect it to go one go.
You sound so
However,
excited.
methodologies and trying to figure out ways we can make it simpler would be advisable.
I didn't seem too excited to go. for
Sure,
it,
that's
to be
fine.
honest with you.
There would be a separate fee for transportation.
You didn't? Okay.
That's fine.
Maybe, for his grand adventure, start off with, a lesser Drake, and then he can work his
We'll
way
drop
up.
the contract later then, and then Mr. Dirge, I'll go over the details of stuff with you later, I guess. But
Sure.
I look forward to working with you. Should be fine.
Lesser
Yeah.
Drake makes me want to go back to go and fight.
They're about to experience how Sephiron's going to be fighting. They're in shock for their
I'll
lives.
catch you later. I'll talk to Adrian.
It would be really funny if what you said that we could do winds up being how we managed to fight this dragon, and then we have all these adventures, and they were just like, Kasha!
Then I might have to tell him
That would be
differently that
really
I'll go
funny.
from being assassin to just a melee fighter.
I mean,
There is something we've... Should I tell him what we're scheming, or should I just let him experience it, if it happens?
I think I'll let him
I'm not
experience
gonna
it.
be there.
Alright, you have a good one.
No, but
You'll probably want to watch it,
I
though.
will pull it out at some point in his presence, I'm sure. I want to see his everyone's reaction.
Probably.
I will.
But actually,
You know what? Let's not tell them and just wait to see it happen. That's far more entertaining with this. And it's not like it's a danger, so...
yeah.
They can say before it's a danger.
No, this is actually literally just. It just changes how he fights.
I've
It doesn't
got a
change anything
Tauriel.
else.
That never happened.
Mm.
I've got a lot to say to after today. This is interesting.
I have had like crazy conversation after crazy conversation today, but I feel like I got a lot of shit done.
This has been a very productive day.
Oh yeah, I got the okay for the Saturday. So we're allowed to use the arena.
Genuinely, it's... We're there. We're there.
We're almost there. It's in. We have a clear path. We just need to make sure that there's
But
nothing.
there's a genuine time frame we can put on this.
There is. I'm just trying to focus on getting there. It's one of those things. Is generally speaking, sure that there's nothing, because I'm just focused on getting the thing done. Because if I don't focus on getting the thing done, I'm afraid it won't get done. Oh.
Thank you.
Well, I couldn't do it without all of you, so.
Just for everything. I wouldn't have any of this if you didn't reach out that one day.
I still remember that at the fork where she looked different. That was the first time seeing her.
It's the least I can do.
And there was someone trying to help me figure out how to.
I'm a softie. It takes a lot of work to try and become a bad bitch. My wrist cracked when I did that.
Have fun styling on McFlaccid at the gala then. My best wishes.
Oh, okay, so Matthew and I have matching outfits. And then Flurry also is getting a bunch of the silk. So they will also have a lot of the sparkly stuff. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be like, boom.
I've gotten frizz, I guess, quote unquote.
Boom.
To just have
I don't think he's seen me since I turned into this either, so he may not even recognize me. Ideally, he never approaches me that night, and I don't have to worry about it.
Alternatively, if he does, he touches you and burns himself.
Well, since he kind of can sense me once he gets close enough, that probably won't happen.
No, fair.
But ideally, he stays far away from me and just doesn't talk to me through the whole night. I don't enjoy, telling him to go fuck himself. It's just,
Most people don't enjoy being telling you to go fuck themselves.
I don't like to talk to him, so.
I think I might go now. I think.
Yeah, we close in a bit, so.
Alternatively, I could just stay and spend time with one of my friends.
You could go pet one of those. Where did Fable go?
No, I
Just
don't
skip
think
it,
you
just going,
understand.
Gone.
The original reason why I ever came to this place was just so I could spend time with you. Because most of the time we're speaking, it's business. But this spot, like you said, it's a safe spot where we can be
I am a bit of a workaholic.
people.
And all my hobbies usually are a means to something with my work. Except for Common Writer. That's like.
I'm gonna go
I
tell
like
Vic
to
he doesn't have
read.
to fight a dragon.
I feel like I should go with you.
Yeah.
He might still want. I
Understood.
And I say that genuinely because the people that I trained out in D0, just like any other motorcycle gang, it's for life.
You know more details than I do.
They will always be
Oh,
there.
right, yeah.
People that I trained out in D.
Understandable. Okay. Then I will.
Ludwig's hired out a hero group, by the way. You won't need
I
to
will
fight a
make that
dragon.
happen.
Oh,
Oh,
so
wow.
no dragon then.
You sound like you
dragon.
want to fight the dragon, actually, now.
I mean, to be
Well,
fair,
you
you're fighting a
hyped me
dragon,
up
huh?
and said all
Yeah.
this.
Like,
Do you
how
want
do
to go
you
fight
just?
a dragon? Like, we didn't want to. You literally got up and laid on the floor. What are we supposed to interpret from that?
Well, because you just walked up to me and just said, "Hi, guy from Zephyra City. You want to go just fight a fucking dragon?" Yeah, I kind of needed to lay down for a second to get my head in check to see if I really wanted to do that, but.
Did want to fight a dragon. It kind of respect.
Also, it kind of sounded like something that I could put forward for money. So once again, I'm kind of trying to do that so I can get my daughter a home. So yeah, I was a little bit excited, but
I don't know how much I can offer, but at the very least, if Ludwig isn't going to pay, I'll pay.
Ludwig is gonna do a bunch of it, and also there will be stuff to loot, and there will be. He doesn't need all of it.
I mean, at this point, how many
There you
heroes
go.
did he
You
hire
might be able
out?
to get your dragon sword.
I just hired a single party, so
If
there's
there's any
4
meat left
plus
over,
me.
if at all, I will pay a lot for it.
So
Well, that's
6.
some
if
extra
You
we-
don't need me. I don't think I'll be much help given,
No.
you know.
I'll speak to Ludwig and ask him if you can come along.
Well, whatever's going on, just keep me informed, I guess.
Oh well, yeah.
Well, I guess if you want to fight a dragon, you can fight a dragon. Dude.
His thumb's bending way back.
I'm not.
Flip the switch.
Don't
That's normal. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal.
Ludwig.
It's normal.
I'm Ludwig.
Vic might also want
Okay,
to
I
come
guess
along
I'll leave
with the
that on.
hunting dragon part. He's pretty
I
similar
don't
to me in
usually come
fighting
here for any
style,
other
so.
reason than to just
Your thumb
look
scares
at the
me.
place because it's very pretty.
It's possessed.
I tried looking for a book.
Sit down and
your
we'll
wife
discuss
in there?
things. I'm
Is
not
your wife
necessarily
in your
against
thumb?
it, but yeah, we can sit and talk.
I don't know.
I also want to make sure that
Possess
since
me? I don't know
Mr.
if she
Adrian's the one
is.
who's going to be running at the helm of the things, I want to make sure that we're all on the
Does she
same page.
possess only
Yeah.
your
But that sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I was looking
Yeah,
to maybe
because
do
we
some
went to
something I've
initially
never talked
approach
about.
him
magic
like we were going
locks
to
and
assemble
shit,
our own
'cause I'm
team.
really
Then
good
you
at
also
doing
just got and made a
getting
team
a
there.
that's
Maybe.
not a magic
So
one.
we
maybe
both
it's
all
like
worked, and now we've got
Yeah, when like
also
when
a
like the
bunch of
neck
people
goes all the way
he
back.
still
but
wants to
that's your
go.
thumb.
So
So I was wondering if there was like some cheat.
That's fine.
I don't know. I
don't know,
can't
people to
physically
take down a
look
dragon
what I
should be
can't
good
see.
enough, right?
Like an open.
No, you can't.
How that works.
That makes it a lot funnier. I can't tease Kleptus right now. He's
Again, I've
he's
heard stories.
in
I
tax
haven't
hell.
seen anything myself, so it might be better than what we did.
Oh, did you get pulled in the tax? That's why I have a
Figure it
person
out.
to be
good thing that we did convince Vic.
I don't think he trusts other people
He's
with
very
their
good at
money.
improvising.
I'm pretty sure.
He's doing his taxes and my taxes.
What if? Okay, I'll take that in consideration. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're coming.
A dragon, yes.
Okay. Sorry, you guys came over and said no fighting, but then you're saying are fighting.
Well-
I'm very confused what you guys are
We said
talking
you
about
didn't
anymore.
need to, but then you sounded so disappointed and you wanted the money, so we're like, fuck it, okay, you're in.
There you're in.
Oh,
You're in.
okay, cool.
Going.
Yeah.
You
We
spoke
thought
to
you were,
Ludwig.
we thought you were
Fight a dragon,
begrudging
go
before,
fight a
so we were
dragon,
like,
make it be
well, we
mine.
aren't gonna force him to.
Patrons. The Wiccarium will be closing. in
So
about
something
15
that
minutes.
I think the both of you
Bars now.
might be good to know. Listen,
Please,
respectfully, everything that I'm going through with Saphira City and the things that I'm doing, I am mortified.
Start making your way
I am terrified 24/7 when I'm having to jump between cars and fight for my life against drug lords and gangsters. I am
right now. Bring up your books.
terrified, right? But I wear the helmet to make sure to mask that, and I do stuff like that because
And we hope you have a
I'm
good
still
day.
gonna go. I'm gonna face it. I'm gonna go through it no matter what. So when I do, thank you.
I know you're
Whatever-
that kind of resilient person, so I figured if anyone I know from Zafira would be willing to fight a dragon, it would probably be you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's
Thank you.
probably a lot of whispers that would go for it, but they would die. Like, I know they would die.
They would die.
At least
They
you,
would
I know,
die.
would
You wouldn't
manage.
die,
They would
yeah.
just die. They would run themselves and immediately die. So.
You know, it was genuinely both terrifying, but also kind of almost, I guess, felt kind of honored when I was at the Atlantis and I was surrounded by a bunch of whisperers, and one of them was just like, a bunch of us want to kill you, but we're not. And I was like, oh, is it like a respect thing? And they're like, no, we know we die.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, oh,
I love that. That's great.
I don't know whether to feel good about that or bad about that, but thank you. So.
I mean,
But also, I'm not.
says a lot about your skill.
Oh. Question: when does the party leave to go fight this dragon?
Exact date
figured
we
out
haven't
yet.
figured out yet. I think probably not till at least next week, at the soonest. This isn't exactly like an urgent thing. It's part of an overarching thing we're working on. We just have to at some point kill the dragon. So people have time to prepare. We're just kind of figuring out how we're gonna go about this right now. Who we're gonna get.
Do we
and then,
know? Do we know what kind of dragon?
White dragon.
White
White
dragon.
dragon?
Yeah.
So expect frost.
So
Yep. Ice.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You'll need a worm.
Oh, look at that
And
girl.
we'll
So
be
if there's enough time, I could probably
Snowy
work
Mountain.
on some ice protection runes for people before we go in. At the very least, give people some basic protections.
Ooh.
If I have time, I'm gonna be busy this next week. But if I have time after that, maybe I can make a few basic trinkets and stuff to at least help a little bit.
I may be able to talk to Iron Grip and see if I can get you some iron brew, iron skin.
Yeah, because
Potions.
I'm going to be busy
Potions will also
the
be
week after
helpful.
next week. I might be pretty injured.
You'll be fine.
What would that do?
Yeah.
I have to go.
So
We'll
basically,
see. That's the thing.
It makes your skin tough as iron.
That's more urgent.
Oh. So we're talking like real like big boy shit at this point.
You're dealing with a dragon. An actual dragon.
Dragons are kind of like
It might be a young
biggest
dragon,
big
but that
boy.
just means you guys stand a chance.
Oh yeah, no. I get you. I've been fighting some weird shit. I guess just I meant so more like the potion. Like I've never had a potion that makes my. I drank one that healed me before. That was really weird. I watched like
It is
a
really
stab
weird.
wound like close, and it was like.
So
It's uncomfortable every
here's the-
single time. You get used to blocking it out, but it doesn't feel good at any point. It'll never feel good.
So here's the fun stuff, right? Because
Better than
I
bleeding
do
to death, though.
a lot of potion brewing for my own purposes, right? Because
Right.
I tend to make juice boxes like so that the potions taste better. Because I often think like mundane potions that you can just buy from anywhere, they tend to taste heinous.
Yeah, they just go all for effect and none for taste.
Exactly. So why not just make it taste good? It can still do the same thing. I can't believe these people. Anyways, the point being, right?
Okay.
Is the other side of your healing potions. You have potions of effects, right? So things like Iron Brew, right? I meant to affect your overall durability, right? And what that physically manifests
What a
as
strange
is that your
How are
skin
you doing?
becomes a
terrified
lot
if it
tougher, a lot
spontaneously
more
stood
durable,
upright.
and much like that of iron. Right? And
Have
then
you
you
not
have
seen
other
that
things
before?
that
No, I have seen them
was it
before.
potions of levitation or
Yeah.
potions of
I feel so bad because every time I see
and
Mag,
number
I
of
just want to
different
walk
potions
up and give him
of
like two
agility,
switches, but I know if I do
strength,
that, it'll hurt.
Potions
of
Yeah.
Oh
they
yeah,
look
I
very
was
hard.
I was reading like the Wiccarium's wild list. I maybe have enough for a single small healing vial.
With a lot of missions, if you're getting hired out in a group, they'll probably send you off with one or two things just for the field.
Wah, wah.
I keep hearing about people going on missions where they make like hundreds of gold, but like the most I've been able to do is help out some old people at a village or two and get some silver, or work at Guardian and Zafira and make enough credits to pay for my daughter's lunch. A little bit more, obviously, but I mean, it's.
To be fair, I have still going off the pay I got from doing one thing in particular. I think you can guess which one.
Yeah.
This is why I do a lot of work with Iron Grip. That's why I do a lot of work with the Iron Grip. Iron Grip, they technically go out and they deal with larger monsters and creatures that are problematic for local townships or local communities. And so groups will be commissioned out to go and dispatch, either disperse them, move them away, take them off, or dispose of them.
You could always
Right?
sell drugs and do crime. That's how I make my
Stop.
money.
No. I know you. Okay.
You're lucky I'm Guardian and we're friends. Alright? I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. Also, no,
Look,
I
I was
won't do
saying
that.
what everyone knew. Everyone knows what I do.
Look, I, as profitable as I know as a fact that margin is, you know damn well I can't.
I know. I was kidding.
I gotcha.
Actually, MJ owns a legal weed growing company now. Totally
That's-
separate from the Valentes.
I believe you.
She's moving up
I
in the
believe
world.
you.
I mean,
This
she
is how
doesn't-
we get into trouble, Marge.
It's as separate as we legally.
But anytime you want, you're more than welcome to come with me and visit the Iron Grip and see if you're interested.
I have been warned that the Iron Grip is a bit big for my boots, but to be fair, I'm signing up to be a guard for the Lost Acres, where I'll have to fight Shades. I'm gonna go fight a dragon, and I'm helping, I think, lead some kind of defensive insurgency in Industrial. Oh, I got invited to some other group called the Wanderers to go hunt a bear so I can help pay for some leather armor. Yeah,
I used to be their guild leader.
Oh, understood.
Yeah,
I got invited
actually,
to go
didn't you
do
guys?
a job
We worked
because
with the Iron Grip to hunt that one thing.
someone was going to
Yeah,
maybe
that's
support
also
their
where
armor,
a
and they
lot
said
of
the
my
best
pay
way to
comes
pay would
from.
be a bear pelt. So they offered me a job.
I like with the amount of money I got
That
paid,
one was
like
huge.
I have not had to worry
I hope
about
that job pans out
money
well.
for a very long time.
I hope so too. To be
All
fair,
that's going
this
to my
gear's
bakery,
really good. I like it. It's mine. It's it's my own thing now. But whenever I go out there to towns and adventure, I don't want to be covered in electrical equipment. I want to wear something natural. Take the Saphira off me for a minute and just enjoy the world. It feels weird that I can say that now, but
Feels like I'm wearing
Yeah.
nothing at all.
no,
nothing at all.
You technically kind of are. That's a complicated thing.
Well,
Oh, he's a little dude now.
Yes.
yeah, you can turn into
that
a little dude.
gremlin.
Little guy.
Little gremlin is a little guy.
Yeah, you got the
dude,
bracelet. You got a
little
little
man.
guy. You got little feet. You got a little feet. Little feet.
I got sunglasses and a hat at home that Sonny gave me.
Sunny glasses from Sunny, huh? Not really the perfect time of year for that, though.
The hat is from Sonny.
Who gave you the sunglasses?
I think. Oh, I need my own sunglasses.
You want sunglasses?
Yes.
Well, you're the perfect
Come with
person to
me.
talk to.
I want
Come on,
every
come
hour.
on. Come on.
Pleasure meeting you, Mag. Take care.
Hello. Hello, guys.
He's so cute.
Well,
He's just a little creature.
shall we head home? So I think in 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. In 3 minutes. I'm coming back on Saturday anyway. I can't wait to
So am
go
I.
and to get leaned over and be drawing a magic circle again for several hours. At least when I'm working from my own lab, it's there. I just have to edit it if I want to. But
Do you want me to find
Real
some
first world problems, you know that?
Do you want me to
say that again.
find some warm clothes
Said
for you?
real
'Cause
first
it's really
world
snowy
problems,
here.
you know that?
Hey, look. We're flipping a middle finger off to a dead god here, so.
Exactly.
Good. It's good to hear, buddy.
We'll finally figure out
I
how
love
much.
spiting gods.
We'll finally figure out if what you said is true or not.
Hey, what's this?
A snowman?
You mean the snowman? It's a man made of snow. Wait. How do you? Have you never seen them in movies and stuff?
I don't really watch Christmas movies.
Well, now you need to because you have a kid. Yeah, if you take snow and you compress it, you know how you can make a snowball?
Please make sure you have finalized any last-minute item requests,
roll
item
it,
purchases, or book
and it gets
rentals, and
bigger,
please start making your way to the
like
awards
that,
to
and
the
then
center
you stack it on
waste
top of
or
itself, and you can just
have
end
a
up
wonderful
like a
evening
guy.
and happy New Year.
I see.
It's a pretty traditional one. Usually you have to use
Okay.
rocks for the face because no one just has a carrot usually.
Okay.
Oh. He's never
Nice.
seen a snowman before. I was explaining. It'd be cute to make a skip it snowman, because then you just have a really big one in the back and then two small ones. Why would you do that?
Swear. Because they threw a snowball at me and have been
I have no part in this.
Lift.
No!
See what I mean?
Ah! Ludric! Vic wants to come on the dragon hunt.
I've already told him.
I was saying that's fine. I just want to get everyone sitting
Oh,
down
okay.
so we know what the official lineup of people's looking like. So that way everyone's like, hey, okay, we know.
He needs to go. He wants to go. I don't need to go. I can just be on standby for afterwards for medical. But I won't go on the actual hunt.
Yeah, we can sit and talk.
There might
I
be
don't have an issue
one
with that.
person who might be going as well, but there'll be a medic and someone who won't be fighting. But I guarantee you, as soon as I tell them about this, they might twist my arm and force me to make
Real?
them go. Yes.
Okay.
Surprise. Buzzworks.
Alright.
You have a good day, Vic. You deserve it.
I'm gonna try.
Why is the snow, like, really, really smooth and polygonal compared to the rest of the snow? Well, now it's just messed up.
Yeah, how dare I?
That's fucked up.
Because you're you resist cold.
Me.
So.
Dare me.
Yeah, but it's not nice having snow.
Well, now
inside
it's
your
just
shoes.
melted. Okay. I was just wondering why it was so, like, perfectly, like, smooth at angles. I fixed it! But I guess I no longer need to worry about it because it's gone.
I thought you were
talking about I heard it in your your cadence.
No, you made contact with Monero. I was planning to have a meeting with him and also sign this contract.
No, I can't say that word.
We're in the end. Holy shit.
I almost.
Me, I want to make a Valenti mission. But accidentally gets the shield here.
Don't worry.
Because we've kind of
We'll
forgot,
see how
like,
many
oh,
people they want to make it. Because if there's,
It's a shame. It's such a powerful word. I thought it was February.
It is such a good.
if any more people besides, because I get Riel, but if we do wind up adding more people, because already we have 7, I think.
Like maybe like
If more people get added, I want them to be volunteers.